Hey, you guys. Hey there, Miss Cherie. How are you doing, Miss Jones? Welcome this evening. How are you doing? Where are you at, Miss Cherie? I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna talk to you for a little while I'm waiting for everyone else to come in. I think you're one of two. Where are you at, Miss Cherie? Hey, Miss Katrisa Jefferson Baggett. How are you doing, ma'am? How's my little buddy doing? Hey, Red, how are you doing? It's nice to see you here. Red, where are you from? You're at home? Okay, you're home today? I mean, like, what part of the state or country? Where are you at? Minnesota. Hey, Miss Karen, how are you? Bentleyville, Ohio. Okay, how's the weather? Hey, Miss Robbie. Hey, Apple Orange. You're new, welcome. Well, hello, Queen, to you too. I think you're a queen. Hello, Queen, you're awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in. I get to come in early today. Hello, Miss Anita, Miss Lena, how are you? At home with Monique. All right, first time at Atlanta. All right. How are you? Frigid. Oh, I believe it. We are in a wonderful, beautiful Northwest, Nebraska. All right, Miss Just Jamaica. There we go. Hello, Dark Force. How are you? That sounds kind of creepy. Where are you from, Dark Force? Hey there, Miss Robbie. Chanel, Queen from Chicago. Okay, Chicago. Oakland, California. Ooh, I bet you it's pretty. Is it pretty there in Oakland? I know it is. Hey, Miss Clara, how are you, ma'am? Hey, Miss King Leffingwell. I haven't seen you here in a while. How are you doing, Miss Kim? Florida. Nice. Hey, we're in the great Northwest and they're having snowstorms. Can you guys believe that? So I had to go home early on Friday. We had snowstorms. 50 degrees. What? In California it's 50 degrees? Shut up. You kidding. I know they're having snowstorms up here, you guys, so I had to pick or choose which channel I was going to come on. So I chose Facebook and I chose YouTube. I couldn't go on to, hey, Miss K-Love. I know I'm early today because we're locked in the house today. They were having snowstorms. Well, snow flurries or whatever it is. The streets are ice, so we had to stay. I could have came on earlier, but I was working on some stuff. Hey, Miss Danielle, how are you doing, ma'am? How are you? I haven't seen or heard from you in a minute. Constance Ragsdale, South Hill, Virginia. Uh-oh. Hey there, Miss Constance. I was stationed in Fort Lee. Is that close? Fort Lee, Virginia? Do you guys get a lot of snow? I heard it snows and then melts right away. Normally it does. Normally we don't get a whole bunch of snow up here. So, we're having, a half an inch of snow and all of a sudden everything shuts down. No, I think there's like 4 or 6 inches of snow or something like that. So the streets froze. Hey, Mr. Todd. 51 to be exact. Wow. And you would think we would come to California and enjoy ourselves. I was going through thinking of relapse and no, Miss Nicole, you can't relapse. Relapse to the narc? How? Hi, how can you tell if my turtle is gay? You know what? If you got to ask me that question, then you don't belong here with us. So we're just going to go ahead and remove you from the channel, Mr. Weirdo. Good to see you too. Oh, thank you so much, Walter. Is it Walter Grubbs? Thank you. Still nice? I believe it. I need to come back and visit. I know. We got some trolls on you guys. Don't let it bother you. You guys just focus. I'll take care of it. Whenever I see them come up, I'll go ahead and choke a troll. Choke a troll. There we go. I get him off the page for us. Oh, really? You better not, Nicole. Relapse on who? To the narc? An hour from Fort Lee? Okay, I was stationed there. Hey there, Tim Washington. How are you doing? It's so nice to see you guys. We got a chance to come on early so you guys are wide awake. And I got new cameras. Quicksilver, that's what I'm talking about. I should go ahead and just let you be one of the commentators. Just go and just get them all off of there. Don't pay attention. They blocked. Okay, you guys block them for me. Thank you. Can you guys block them? Can you block trolls off on YouTube, you guys? To your narc. Nicole, you can't go back. You got to see, sometimes you'll start thinking about all the wonderful things. You got to think about the reason why you left in the first place. And when you go back, it'll be 10 times worse. 1 week out of my narcissist, please help. Apple Orange. Okay. Hey, Miss Demetria, how are you? 1 week out. Remember, it's just like a drug addiction. You know, when you, okay, if you guys can block a troll on YouTube, block a troll, okay? I don't know how it works on Facebook, but if you can block a troll, hey, TMG, if you can block, hey, Tisha Jenkins, how are you? But if you can block a troll on YouTube, then block a troll. Just be careful you're not blocking one of us, okay? Because sometimes we tend to ask some crazy questions too, but that doesn't mean they're trolls. But if somebody's turtle is gay, then you go ahead and you go ahead and block them. That's what the question was on here. 8 weeks, no contact. Hey, Miss Laura Wilson, how are you? I need to know if triangulation can be with a... Okay, I got to get the whole question in there. Send them to Narcville. Thank you, Miss Claire. You gonna send them to Narcville? That's what I'm talking about. I just found your channel this week and have been listening. Could you speak more on the spiritual aspect of narcissism? The narc was a sadistic, cynical, and demonic. And Miss hold on just a minute. I'll be right back with that. Jessica Pierce, nearly 2 years out. Hey, Miss Jessica, how are you? Some of you guys normally don't come on this on the late night, so I'm glad I was able to come on. Hey, Miss Erica, that's my childhood buddy. I had a great trigger last week after 7 years leaving the narc and 6 months no contact. I'm shaking and on the verge of tears, not sure what triggered it, but I'm fine now. 9 times out of 10, you're probably going through post-traumatic stress. So, and they know that. Miss Red, usually I don't, because of the fact that all of us have different belief systems, I normally don't focus on the spiritual aspect of narcissism. And the reason why, like I said, is because all of us have different belief systems. And so what I usually do is I usually refer people over to my mentor. My mentor speaks on the spiritual aspect. Hey there. She speaks on the spiritual aspect of narcissism. I usually try to stay focused on the clinical aspect and the experiences and try to break it down into bite sizes to help you understand what you're dealing with. And so because of the fact that everybody has their own belief, I usually try to stay away from it, you know. And when I say stay away, I don't mean I don't totally just not talk about it, because I have my own belief system as well. But I know that many of you guys may not have the same belief as me. And so, Red, I usually try to respect you know, everybody's belief system. I read some of the things that you had spoken about when I was reading through the comments. And so I know you and I may have a little difference in belief system as well, but I use the term demons. I don't know if it was you or there was another person on here that sent me a little clip that says that if you can actually pull away the mask of a narcissist and see what they look like. And it was a picture of Jeepers Creepers upside down. And I really believe that's what they look like. And so normally if you, you know, depending on what your belief system is, I usually refer people over to my mentor. If you'd like to, you can go to her YouTube channel and go. She's usually on Facebook and on Periscope. And it's under Apostle Helen. And she does talk about, if you go to my Facebook page, it's under psychological health. Who am I? Psychological health consultants and services. If you look, I have some of her clips on there. And then she's just started her YouTube channel as well. It's under Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper. You guys go and then you can ask her questions. And she's very, very intelligent, very professional. She is the presiding prelate over Into His Chambers Global Ministries. And she also has ministries under her, as well as many leaders that she coach and she counsels. Please do, Red. And I, by no means I want to disrespect you or anybody else, because I know all of us have different belief systems. But demonic, I will use that term. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me go back up here and look. So I was trying to ask if the triangulation can be with Narc's mother. He's a mother's boy. Yeah, absolutely. Think about it. Okay, you guys, excuse me. I'm trying to get this stuff out my face. Okay, so if you look at a triangle, who's at the top of the triangle? The narcissist. Who's down at the bottom? Either the new supply or family. You know, especially if the parent is a flying monkey or a great supporter of that narcissist, they definitely can triangulate with family, period. I'm exactly 1 year no contact this week. Good job, Miss Laura. Keep going. I was discarded like trash in March of last year because I didn't give him money. He has absolutely nothing to do with me. Can you please give me some advice? That's a good thing. He don't need your money. He can make up his own. He can make his own money. You are an independent woman. You are making your own money. And if a person only wants you for your money, then they don't want you. And so if they want you for your money, they're already telling you what they want, Demetria. And so you're better than that. If a man, and I know you told me it was a guy, and so if a man only wants you for your money, he's already telling you what he wants. Sometimes, hey Henry, how are you, Pastor? Hey, Pastor Ali. But if a man wants you for your money and then he can discard you because you won't give it to it, that's a discard because of the fact you stood on your own 2 feet. So you are gaining your strength and you gaining your power. Hey, Miss Jeanette, I'm glad you're here too. Hey, Jane, South Carolina, that's what I'm talking about. That's where I did my boot camp at, Fort Jackson. But Dimitri, you hang in there because he's letting you know you make his own money. You don't have to buy him. Don't buy him. And if he left you, then you already know. And he's punishing you. He's punishing you for standing up and putting your boundaries up, and you put your foot down. You stay with your foot down. You stay grounded. Apple Orange said, it's not that I want to go back. It's the point of me thinking about him. How can I stop that? Well, you're going through a process of grief. Hey, Dave, thank you. Hey there. Hey there. Thank you. I was trying to say everything all at one time. I'm sorry. Hey there. And thank you for being on. That's what I was trying to say. Apple, the thing is that even, people have had addictions. Think about addiction, drug addictions or alcohol addictions. And if you've ever had an addiction, anybody, I think Mr. Todd B, he's on here and he said about 2 weeks ago that he used to be addicted to heroin. Mr. Todd, please, if it's okay. He did tell us, the audience, that he had been addicted to heroin. And it took a while to come off of heroin because that oxytocin that causes addictions and bonding is the same oxytocin that works whenever they love bond you or trauma bond you. And so, of course, you're going to start thinking about him all the time. He's in your system. And on top of that, you're getting him out your system. And so what ends up happening is you that's the relapse. You got to be careful with the relapse. You have to remember the things and why you left in the first place. You're going through a grief and loss process. And of course, and there are 7 stages of grief. Go look up the 7 stages of grief. Somewhere in there, sometimes we recycle through them. Sometimes we do not go through all of them. But you're going through a grief and loss process. You just have to find something to preoccupy your time. Hey, Jedi. Have you ever noticed how narc people that they supposedly hate next to them? Okay, hold on, let me read that again. Have you ever noticed how narcs people that they supposedly hate next to them? Could you rephrase that, Jedi? I think I know what you're saying. Have I ever noticed that the people that are close to the narcs are the ones that they supposedly hate? Correct me if I'm wrong, if that's the question that you were asking. And if that's the question that you're asking, have I noticed that the people that are close to them are the ones that they hate? They either called them out. Number 2, they won't let them use them. Or number 3, they're probably hoovering them, or that's a new supply that they're trying to get. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Jedi. I'm not sure if that was the question you were asking. Nicole said, I'm 8 weeks, no contact. I posted something to my Instagram about health, and she texted me from numbers and sent me an email about it. She discarded me. I thought she was done. She's not done yet, Nicole. She's still harassing you. Hey, Jessica. Hey, Pastor Jessica, how are you? Oh, they're not done yet. She's not done yet, Nicole. She's still hoovering to see if she can get in. Red, that was you? Okay. That was you that sent me that ugly Jeeper Creeper? That's exactly what they look like, though. I swear when I saw it, I said, that is what they look like. You guys go look at, hey, Pastor Ali. Y'all go look at a picture of Jeepers Creepers, that picture of that monster that's upside down. That's what they look like, the Predator and Jeepers. That's right. And let me tell you something. I like what you posted, and the reason why I like what you posted is because if you actually go and read about the character of Jeepers Creepers, think about what Jeepers Creepers was doing. Somehow or another, he was woken up. Remember, he was woken up, and then he was going to collect things from people. He was going to find fuel. He was going to collect stuff. Ears, eyes, skin. He was making a body. Think about it. So think about what the narcissist is doing. That's why the title today is they're soul hunters. They're soul hunters. Mine looked like Ted Bundy. Well, Ted Bundy was an attractive guy, but when you see, now that you have the information that you have, when I went back, I think it was Mr. Naylor that told me to go watch the documentary about Ted Bundy. And now that we know what we know, he really just irritated me. You saw how he acted in court. You see how he smirked all the time. You see how he always wanted to be in front of the camera all the time. He really, hey there, good morning. You guys are in the morning time. That's right, you're over there in Scotland. You're wide awake. Hey there, I hope you're enjoying for me. I wish I could have gone with you guys. But think about it, now that you guys have more information, when you saw Ted Bundy, really, he got under my skin. He irked me because you could see everything about the narcissist was just coming out. It was playing itself out. And it's a great job, Laura Wilson. I hit my year mark next month, so much better. That's right, Miss Karen. I will look her up. Okay. please do. Her name is Apostle Helen, and she's on Periscope, or you can go look on YouTube. It is Helen Sadler. I think it's under Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper. And usually she comes on live. She's usually on live, and she talks about all sorts of various topics. My focus is usually narcissist abuse and narcissist abuse recovery. But if you go look on my Facebook page, if you scroll down through the videos, there are two that she was specifically talking about the spiritual aspect of narcissism. She talks about it a lot. And whenever she comes on live, if you listen, whenever the topics come up, she is open for questions as well. And you can ask her whatever questions you want to. Very professional. She's my mentor. She's a very professional woman, a businesswoman, a leader over several ministries, and travels worldwide. And so very, very astute, professional woman, and you can ask her whatever you want to, Red. Very, very, when it comes to like the spiritual side of narcissism, you ask her whatever you want to ask her. She's very, very, I've asked her many questions myself. And so I do kind of stick to the clinical side. And I do the best that I can to bring you information based off of research, based off of personal experience, both intimate and personal experiences with people that have talked to me. And then I realized years later I was talking to narcissists. So they given me a lot of information that I didn't know they were giving me until now I put it all together. Ms. Jeanette, I know I should not care about the new supply, but my ex-narc has been with this woman for over 2 years. Does she see how he is? How long did it take you to see how he was, Jeanette? Hey, Apostle Sabrina, how are you doing, ma'am? Welcome to welcome to my Facebook. Well, you're on Facebook, but welcome to my live. Thank you. Ms. Jeanette, how long did it take you for you to begin seeing some attributes, some red flags? And why did it take, and I hate to ask that question, why did it take you so long to leave? Because it's a dumb question to ask any male or female that has been in an abusive relationship, because a lot of times it takes a while for us to get up and go. And a lot of people don't understand it, especially when you're dealing with a narcissist. So I don't want to be disrespectful and ask you, why did it take you so long? So please forgive me for that. But what I want to know is how long did it take you to notice some red flags? And then what were your thoughts before you left? And how long were you with the narcissist before you left? So you guys, a lot of you guys are looking at some of these relationships that are taking longer, or they're in the relationship longer. That just means that you got to think they're really sucking these individuals dry. They're soul hunters. And when we talk about soul hunters, we're talking about someone that is preying on your emotions, that's preying on your thoughts, that's preying on your will, they're preying on your mind. This is what they do. They're a parasite, and they're sucking you dry. What do parasites do? They suck you dry. They find something of value and they suck you dry. Let's see. Todd said that they will triangulate you with a hamster if it gives them fuel. They'll triangulate with a dog. I think TMG said that that narcissist she was with killed the dog. You are absolutely right, Todd. You're so welcome, Ms. Demetria. Red said, I remember doing pranic healing, aura and chakra clearing on the narc, and when I got to his heart space, the tears rolled out of my eyes uncontrollably. His heart was totally closed. The heart is totally black. They don't have emotions, nor do they have compassion for people. So they don't have the ability. They don't have the ability to connect to people like a human bond. We bond with each other based. Empathy and compassion comes from experiencing life. If you're hurting and I'm hurting and I can relate to your pain, I'm gonna feel some compassion for you. I'm not gonna treat you harshly. It's just like a lot of us on here that are encouraging each other. We have compassion. Some of us went through some of the same things. And so, of course, we have compassion for each other. We know the different stages we're at, and we try to heal. You guys are very awesome at bringing encouragement to each other. And this is how we learn compassion. Well, a narcissist is not able to do that. They can't bond with people. They cannot connect with people. They don't know. It's almost like they look at you like a dog. They kind of look at you like, what is that? Because they can't connect with people. They don't have a human connection like that. That part of their brain is totally is damaged. They can't do it. The oxytocin does not operate like ours does. That oxytocin is released when you have a baby that connects you to babies. Oxytocin is released when you're doing drugs. Oxytocin is released when you're trying to connect with people. It's that human bonding chemical. Their human bonding chemical. That chemical connector is broken. Put it that way. It is not, the chemicals do not flow. You are so welcome, Miss Demetria. Hey there, Sinclair, how are you? Oh, thank you, I'm so honored. And Todd said, yes, ma'am, exactly, see? Walter Grubb said, been 4 years and they're still lurking around looking for a far sad look. But it's not working for me. Good. You know, sometimes for men, and men, correct me, gentlemen, kings, correct me if I'm wrong. You know, one thing that I learned from another leader within a ministry, if you guys know Bishop T.D. Jakes, one of the him and I think was it Ron Carpenter? What they said was and this is the same thing that I teach when we're when I'm in the clinic, and I'm talking to clients, when we're talking to male and females. Men tend to grieve hard and grieve short periods of time. That's just how a man is made up. You grieve very, very hard, but you grieve shorter than women do. Women grieve very hard and grieve very long. And what happens is we tend to nurture. We over-nurture sometimes. And when we over-nurture, we tend to over-nurture pain. We over-nurture our children. Sometimes we over-nurture pain. And so our grieving tends to be long and hard. But once we get beyond that long and hard, and a woman is completely done, a woman is completely done. For a man, it's usually hard and short. You guys grieve very, very hard, and then it's very short. And so that's what I like about you guys. You guys know how to grieve. You grieve hard, short, and then it's over with and you're done. So you stay no contact. Who was I just talking to? Let me find you again. Who was I just having that conversation with? Let's look. Walter, that's who it was. And then Jedi said, my ex-narc tried to contact me on Facebook Messenger after 4 years no contact. I guess for years of Match.com hasn't bore any fruit. Pathetic. And Jedi, you stay no contact. She's looking because she couldn't find any supply like you. And so don't go back, because you go back, it's going to be worse, and she's going to think you're weak. So don't go back. Always remember, don't ever go back to what you've left. Close that door and just start healing. So good job, Jedi. TMG said, Jeanette Jordan, she's been abused, but probably hasn't figured out why or what he is, and she's probably trying to fix him just like you did. Exactly. That's right. That's right, TMG. Hey, Karen. Hey, Doc. Sorry. No, you early. I'm early. I came on early today. Hey, Wilka Abigail, is PFA the correct way to go with a narcissist? Okay, tell me what PFA is. Tell me what PFA is. I'm smart, but sometimes y'all smarter than me. Tell me what PFA is. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm serious. Sometimes you guys got some knowledge. I know what I know. You got to tell me what you know. Okay, let's see. You guys are talking fast, so I have to scroll back up, okay? Let's see. That's it. They keep the ones they hate around. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. Because they're supplying them some type of, they're supplying them something. So they're supplying them something. Okay, give me a minute. Alrighty, so TMG, the longer you stay in the narc relationship, the more broken one is, and they haven't done the inner work to break away and heal. You're right. Sometimes it take a while to get away, so, you know, we don't judge you. My narc ghosted me. Then when I unfriended him on Facebook, he tagged himself in a relationship the next day just so I can see it. Of course. He's trying to hurt you, Dana. He's trying to hurt you. Restriction order. Oh, you mean no contact? You know what? If the narc is harassing you, or if you feel endangered, or if they are stalking you, then you go, yeah, restriction order. In some states is called no contact or protection order. Ms. Erica, if someone want to listen to you, do they need to just request you on Facebook? You can share if you share the video on yours, he is, okay. You go restriction, you go no contact. And you can go through domestic violent advocate or domestic violent program like YWCA and let them know, so you can start records too to keep yourself safe. But yes, definitely go no contact. Yes, absolutely, Wilka. Miss Erica, just share it on your Facebook. You can share this video on your Facebook, or they can come over and just like my page. You're so welcome. Okay, let's see. Slow moving fool like a turtle. All right, Walter, that's what I'm talking about. Lovely one. Hey, lovely one. Miss Divinely Purple, thank you for your answering my question. You're so welcome. So her discard was not the final discard. No, she's still hoovering you. She's still trying to see if the door is opening. You stay no contact. Don't read any of her messages. Someone said that someone sends the music. Don't listen to the music because it just triggers your emotions. Read, even the song Jeepers Creepers is creepy. You're right. But it speaks to their It speaks on their peepers, that narcissistic stare. You're right. You're humorous. Red, you're funny. Yeah, you're right. I'm not even gonna sing the song. Not a song. I'm thinking of the song now. Buzzing B just got here. I'm a new subscriber. Hey, he set me up almost a year ago to keep me away from new supply. Got a restraining order on me. She's 17 years younger and still bragging how great he is. Hadn't woke up yet. That's why. But you know what? That's no problem. If that person discards you, Buzzing B, it was well worth it. Don't even worry about it. She's 17 years younger. He looks like the knight in shining armor. It's just a matter of time. She starts figuring out that, was he abusive? Buzzing B was it he? Okay. Oh, he. Okay. Buzzing B, was he abusive? Jeepers Creepers. Yes. Oh my gosh. Exactly. Collecting pieces of people's souls. Yes. Perfect analogy. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Hey, Kat, how are you doing? Gian Grasso. What a pretty name. Hey, Jane. They always seem great, but we know better. Absolutely. I just feel that psychology, spiritual, and energy aspects should go all together. And for a lot of us with our different belief system, it does. It does. For those of you with different belief system, it does. It does. It's just how we believe. That's all. It's just a difference in how you believe. But basically, you're saying the same thing that I'm saying. I don't feel like he will ever abuse her because she's so much younger and he won't want to screw it up. Oh, don't believe that. A narcissist can't help themselves. Hey, Rahel, I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you? He will screw up. See, Buzzing Bee? Like Rahel said, they will screw up. They will screw up. Karen Hatch, 8 months out. Congratulations to you, ma'am. Laura, I saw red flags in just 3 months, but stayed 4 years. Okay, now Laura asked, who was I talking to when I was saying that? A lot of you guys saw red flags, but think about it. They live off of hope. So they know that you have hope and hopes that they'll change. And so that's what they abuse, your hope. No disrespect. He mirrored my father. I wanted to fix him. Big mistake. Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of times, with women, we try to get in and fix stuff. We don't want to leave stuff as it is. So we get in there trying to fix stuff. Men, you guys do the same thing. Try to go in there and be a hero, fixer or saver, one or the other. 2 months. Good job, Veros. I think it was more upset at myself after the fact because in hindsight, my spirit and feelings I was receiving, I totally ignored it for the love I had for him because you were operating off of emotions. Never jump into something based off of emotions. Your emotions are going to lead you wrong. That's why most people say, I follow my heart. Well, your heart going to lead you wrong. Sometimes you're going to have to use wisdom and experience. Hamster, I know the hamster, right? Psychopath and bipolar together now. So hey, just real. So psychopath and a bipolar are together now. That's a shame. That's a hot mess waiting to happen, like a nuclear explosion. Buzzing B, that just is all she has. She worships the narc, feels sorry that all she has in life is to put that on Facebook. Isn't that sad? Felt the same way. So you will see just, it took me 34 years to say enough. Wow, Kat. 34 years. Were you being abused in those 34 years? Some of us, we got, I think we had a 36 years. Your 34 years had someone else that was 28 years, 26 years, 25 years, 15 years. Okay. Hey, Sylvia from Panama. How are you doing? Okay, is that Panama meaning hola Panama or Panama meaning hello Panama? My dad, mother, and sister are all narcs. The last narc I was with, I was able to connect the dots back to my childhood. So that is what I'm grateful for, and the lesson was received. There you go. They're cowards and they're weak. Absolutely, Sherry. Yes, they are. They're cowards and they're weak. Buzzing B said 23 to 38 years old. Wow. So you know how he is, but what a life is that to put posts on a fake Facebook. That's a sad. So everybody's agreeing with you, Mr. Jedi. I'm trying not to look so hard. Please don't. Don't look at their Facebooks. Don't go to their social medias because what you have a tendency to do is compare yourself with the new supply. But think about it. Some of you guys were with this narcissist and then the old supply was checking you out and comparing you. You were someone's new supply at one point in time, right? And TMG says stay off their media. Absolutely, stay off their media. Delete your account and stop looking. You don't have to delete your account, but you don't have to. You can make yourself invisible to them, but stop looking at them because they know that you're looking. They know that's why they post a lot of stuff because they know that you're watching. Haven't looked in a week because the stuff she says makes me want to confront her. Don't confront her. That's triangulation. They want you to start some mess. They want you to look like the crazy person, because that's probably what they've already said to you. I started to get weak and try to reach out to my supporters, and they remind me of the reason for leaving. Excellent, Sinclair. Remember why you left. Fasting and praying won't change him. They have to want to change. Why would they want to change if they're perfect? What narcissist, what person that thinks they're perfect and they don't have a problem wants to change? You're the one with the problem. You need to change. That's how they see you. Forgot to mention his mom is also a narcissist. So there's a whole family of narcs. Front her, why is not your concern? 23. Yep, how were we when we were 23 years old? She's still a baby, absolutely. Let's see. Constance says, do the family members know when he's lying? Really tries to make it seem like all I want to do is argue, but of course, red flags from social media and I confront it. You don't have to confront. They're always going to try to lie to family members. They're always going to smear campaign you to make you look like the crazy one. And the reason, like if you're the person that discarded, they'll try to make it, they'll switch it around because their mask is falling off. And so they'll smear campaign you to try to make you look bad in front of their family and their flying monkeys so that they won't look bad. So of course, they may take little pieces and facts out of how you react and respond, but the part that they don't tell you, that they don't tell them is what they did to make you act that way. And so when they do it again and you respond that way, then of course, they can point their finger and say, see what I'm talking about? But they don't tell the part that they played. They don't tell the part that they poked the bear. They don't tell the part that they play and you blowing up. Yep, over nurturing. A lot of times those women are over nurturing. We nurture stuff entirely too long. Hey, is it TJ? TJ, hey TJ. Every time, hey there, 33 lady. Every time I hear the phrase threw me away like trash, I can't tell you what a confirmation that is for me and my experience with the ex. I used to say that all the time. It was all on purpose. You know what? Don't you worry about a thing. You are not discarded like trash. You guys are not trash. Think about it for a minute. It wasn't that you were discarded like trash. It was they couldn't handle you. They can't handle grown people, you guys. They can't handle a grown person. When you start standing on your own 2 feet, when you start saying no, the hardest thing for a lot of people to say to someone that they love is to say no. And so when you start saying no and you start standing up for yourself and you start having some boundaries, they're offended at the fact that you put up your boundaries. So they say, you hurt me so bad and you mistreated me so bad, all because you put up some boundaries and you won't let them have their way. And so it wasn't that you were discarded like trash, because you're not trash. So you guys have to start changing the way you think. You weren't discarded like trash. They couldn't handle a grown woman or a grown man. And when a grown woman or a grown man stands up and starts putting up standards and putting their hand in her face and saying, that's enough, they can't handle that. I remember this lady telling me that her ex-husband was a serial cheater and was a malignant, covert narcissist who was very, very abusive. And what happened was in the time that they were apart, because he traveled a lot, she began taking counseling. She had mentorship. And what happened was she started standing up, she started asking questions, she started saying no. She started holding the narcissist accountable. And so what he would do is he tried to scare her, fly in and try to scare her. And so he came to the door one day and she looked at him and was like, what? And he made mention that he said that after all that time, he always looked at her as being a child, a young person. And so one day when he came home, he looked her in the face and he realized that she had changed, that she was a grown woman, and he didn't know what to do with that. He couldn't handle her maturity. So what is that telling you guys about a narcissist? That's telling you that they cannot handle, hey, Ernest, they cannot handle an adult-minded person, when a person begins to heal. So you guys were not discarded like trash. What happened was they couldn't handle your strength. That's what happened. You got to change the way that you guys think, okay? Okay, let me go back. Let me look at all the comments. Okay. Okay, I'm going to scroll and hold it. Let's look. Okay, I got to scroll down. So I'm trying to scroll down to the last question. You guys ask questions really fast. Okay, so I'm going to scroll. So Miss Kim said, the best thing I ever did was blocked him and his new supply off of social media. I was driving myself nuts. She said she was driving herself nuts. keeping tabs on them. Do not keep tabs on them. Exactly. That'll drive you crazy. It'll hurt your heart because you think that they care about this other person. And they don't. They don't. They look at them the same way they looked at you, as sources of supply. Wilka Abigail said, I fasted, prayed for 13 years, no change. Got worse. I asked for a divorce. Now he's harassing me. Yeah, because you discarded. Hey there, Mr. Ernest. Thank you for being here. Yeah, of course he's harassing you because you did the discard and he probably hadn't solidified or locked in a good supply yet. And so, of course, but you know what? We can fast and pray as much as we want to, but a person has to want to change in order to change. And a narcissist doesn't want to change. What do they need to change for? They don't see a problem with themselves at all. You're the problem. But you did the right thing, Ms. Wilka. You did. And you just know that we're here to support you. Hey, Christian, how are you? A baby flaunting all Facebook lives, crap, no life. Stop looking because she knows you're looking, so delete your Facebook at ASAP. Well, Ms. Ray, I want to tell her to delete the Facebook. She just blocked them. I didn't delete mine. You deleted yesterday, Buzzing Bee. Let me see, Buzzing Bee, don't confront her. Don't confront her. You'll look crazy, jealous, and give him much fuel. Oh, yeah. Remember, you guys give him a lot of fuel when you argue back with the new supply, or you, meaning him, if you argue with him or with the new supply. So don't argue with the new supply. Don't make any comments because you're still fueling the narcissist. That's what they want you to do. They want you to fight over them. And there's nothing to fight about. What you want to fight over that person for? You left for a reason. Trust me, there's better days to come. This is just, everybody has to go through, everybody has to go through something in life. Unfortunately, most of us have been through narcissist abuse. And so, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. Stay away from their social media. Stay away from the text message. Delete the text messages off your phone. Get the emails out your email box. Stop looking at them. You're so welcome. Is it Maritha? 19 years and 3 kids with a covert narcissist that beat me and my kids. I took out a PPO on me. He took out a PPO on me as an excuse not to not see our children. He left on 11/11/18 on our son's 15th birthday. Wow, I am so sorry. You make sure that you get into counseling, Miss. Hopefully I said it right, Miss Marith. Miss Marith, please get you and your children into counseling. Get a domestic violence advocate. Make sure you document and make sure you guys get into counseling, okay? You guys need to get in. You need to get all you and your children into counseling, okay? And we're here to support you. This group right here, this tribe that is on YouTube is here to support you, Miss Marith. Please let me know if I pronounced that right. Miss Marith, you have a very good support group right here on YouTube. These ladies and gentlemen here, these kings and queens that are on here will support you, and they always have something to say to lift you up, okay? You be strong and be encouraged, and we're here for you, all right? But please get you and your children into counseling. Get you guys into counseling, okay? He's a scumbag. That's right. One of the pastors on Facebook said that this guy's a scumbag for what he did to you. And I agree with that. That's horrible. Bunch of hurtful people know that they will shadow you. Yeah, I want to go no contact so bad, but we have children. You know what? You're going to have to do what you have to do, TJ. To go no contact with a narcissist, even if you have children, is still possible. When you have conversations with the narcissist, you keep it about the kids, period. Don't, a lot of times they do, hey, how you doing? How's life been treating you? What you been doing? Or they'll get into little conversation with you. There's no little conversation with the narcissist. It's about the kids. What time you coming to get them? Is there anything that you need? The bags are packed. Here you go. What time you coming back? What time you need me pick them up? And that's it. Don't put no emotions behind it. Don't put no feelings behind it. If you need to make sure you go home, go in your house and cry. But other than that, don't you give them anything to feed off of. You can go no contact with a narcissist. You sure can. And keep it about the kids. That's it. Jessica Pierce said, I blocked my narc and his recycle. He went back to that is a narc herself. 2 narcs usually don't make it. And let's see, he can have fun making a fake profile and see how good I have it now. You're absolutely right, Jessica. You stay focused, okay? Miss Tisha said, in 2017, I was losing my hair. Oh my gosh. I noticed when I discarded him, I noticed my hair grew back. Look at there. See? It's that stress, all that anxiety and that stress you were going through was causing you to lose your hair. I told you guys in another video that if you're going through post-traumatic stress and they constantly keep you in a high level of stress in your home, they're full of chaos. They are full of chaos and stress. And if you allow that, if you live in a high life of adrenaline, a high life of anxiety, your body is not able, your immune system starts to break down, and your body is not able to regenerate cells, to rest, and it starts tearing itself down. The immune system starts to tear down. You guys can't handle that much stress, and your hair started falling out. But look what happened. That right there is your body telling you something that you needed to get out of there. Girl, I hope you have a big old giant afro too. Girl, I hope all your hair grew back and you stay no contact with this individual. Don't you ever go back. Let's see. Hey, Mrs. Colorado. My ex-narc left me and kids for a drug addict, prostitute, after years of telling me I was oh Lord, a prostitute. Now he says I'm jealous of her. He doing even to speak to us like we dead. Why the downgrade? Girl, the downgrade is a slap in your face. That's all it is. A lot of times what they do is they just get whatever they can get. And then a lot of times they'll downgrade because it's almost like spitting in your face. Look, you're not all that like you thought you were. It doesn't matter. A narcissist does not care what you have. The covert, you have the, remember you have a cerebral narcissist, which is the thinkers, and then the ones that are usually intellectual. And then you also have the somatic, which are more of the sexual side, the ones that have the high side and, materialistic and always got to show out. And most of them are going broke trying to show off, and they have these fancy clothes, fancy car. Then they connect with someone that has money, and they to keep up this image. And to downgrade is a slap in your face to show you you're not all that. So really it's a downgrade on their part, not a downgrade on your part. That's just a slap in your face because that'll keep you unkilted. That makes you more confused, and it makes you feel like, wow, you mean to tell me I'm nothing? And you went to a person like this? I really feel like nothing now. No, girl, you should feel like a queen because he downgraded because he probably couldn't get anything better than you. And on top of that, remember, they grow bored very quickly. Miss Jessica said, you got to start doing stuff for yourself, love yourself, and do stuff for yourself. Exactly. Take care of yourself first. You love yourself. Once you love yourself and respect yourself, there's not too many people that are going to disrespect you. I mean, people are disrespectful, but when you have standards and when you respect yourself, how easy is it for someone, that's just like with dating. You set the standard when you date or when you go out with someone. Narcissist is different, but when you have standards about yourself, or like ladies, you make sure that man holds the door open for you, or gentlemen, you're the type of person like, you're not going to talk to me crazy, and you set that standard, that's a standard we're going to follow. So if you're a type of man that tells a woman, first of all, you don't yell at me in public, you don't disrespect me. If a woman ever, let me tell you guys something real quick before I keep going. When it comes to gentlemen, let me talk to the kings on here for just a minute. You train us on how we're supposed to treat you. And sometimes you're going to run into women that may not be narcissists, that just loudmouths. They like to talk loud. They're going to tell you what you can and cannot do. And some of you men take it and you allow us to do that. But when you put your foot down and you put a standard for a woman, when you tell us, hold on, first of all, you don't disrespect me. One thing, ladies, that a man does not like disrespect. You don't disrespect a man. You do not dishonor a man. You don't embarrass or humiliate a man in public or around his children or around his family. I don't care what he does. I'm not saying what he does is right. Don't get me wrong. Two wrongs don't make a right. But ladies, you can't disrespect or dishonor a man, especially those of you that are coming out of a narcissistic relationship that are still hurting and everything. You guys are hyper vigilant. And so anything that a man says may make you hyper vigilant. And so it'll make you call him out or call him names. A man does not like to be disrespected. A man does not like to be dishonored. You have to honor a man. You have to respect a man. When you argue with a man, take it into privacy. Take it private. Gentlemen, the same with you. If you allow a woman to run over you and you let us, we're going to do it. Because some of us women are dominant. We're dominant women, not dominatrix. That's not what I'm saying. But some of us are very strong-willed and strong women. And if you allow us to run over you, we're going to run over you. You got to put your foot down. Most women are attracted to a man that has standard and is strong. And I'm not saying strong meaning abusive. Ladies, you have to set a standard with the man that you're with or that you're planning on dating. If you want him to open a door, you stand at the door and tell him, wait a minute, I'm a lady. You got to open a door. Or I'm a lady. You got to pull out my chair. But don't ask him to treat you like a lady and you act like a fool. Of course, then you don't deserve. Those two don't go together. And so you train each other on how you're going to be treated. So both of you guys have to be respectful. When you're dealing with a narcissist, though, be prepared. They start devaluing you the moment they get with you and start love bombing you. Sometimes you just can't tell. Miss Jessica said downgrade is a panic pick and dumpster diving. I like that. I had to stop on that. Hold on. Miss Jessica said, Miss Jessica Pierce over here on Facebook, and this is to the young lady or the lady over here, I'm not a young lady, but lady over here that said that he picked a prostitute and a drug addict. Why did he downgrade? Now, Miss Jessica said, I'm going to repeat what she said. It's a downgrade. The downgrade is a panic pick and a dumpster dive or dumpster diving. Did you get that? Go ahead, Miss Jessica. Let me give you, if I can put a little hand up there, give you a high five, girl. Okay, let's see. Let's look. I done let a bunch of stuff scroll by, so let me go look. Let me look. So you guys get that about the men and women, right? Did that make sense to you guys? Okay, let me scroll. Okay. Okay, there's a whole bunch. Okay, I thought my 14 years was bad. Blessings to you for getting away. Yeah. Okay. Panama from Panama Canal. We love you. Oh, thank you. Okay, Marquelda, is it hola? Oh, thank you so much. I am so honored. Panama Canal. Hola, I think. Am I correct? I don't want to mess anything up. New Covenant broadcast. Hello, how are you? Rahel, Dana, I hear you, but you get educated on red flags and go with your gut. That's right. He was single for over a year when I met him. Girl, he wasn't single. He had some supply. He just hadn't found a good main source of supply, primary source of supply. You became the primary source of supply. And you were probably a good supply if he turned around and if was that you that he went to a drug addict? But you were the main supply that he connected with. But he had supply. Don't think he was single. He wasn't single. Can you do a narcissist downgrade one day? Thank you for everything. You're a wonderful. Oh, thank you, Miss Colorado. I sure can. Do me a favor. Email me your topic. Go to Dr. Carmen Bryant, DrCarmenBryant, at outlook.com. If you guys have some topics, send it to me via email so I can write it. So usually when I get it on the email, see, a lot of times I may not recall what you said on here because there's so many comments. But if you email it, I can write it down. I usually write it down on my calendar. So when I come on, I do some research and then I come on and record. So send it to me, Miss Colorado, okay? And I sure will. Dana, once you realize boundaries, things will become a lot clearer. That's right. What is the purpose of a narcissist coming in your life? Is it to destroy you? No, it's for them to get supply. They're not looking at destroying you. They're looking at getting supply, whatever way possible. They don't have a conscience. So they just come to get what they want. They're like little kids. I want and gimme. And they don't think about no one else around them. And once they got what they want, they're out. They don't have a conscience like that. Now, to see you hurt and to see you cry, it just gives them fuel. It makes them feel good about themselves. It makes them feel empowered. So that's what they do. Why do they get with people half their age? Well, a lot of times they may think about it. If you're mature, a younger person isn't mature enough to understand what's going on. So once you've matured, a lot of times they'll go to people that are younger because they're naive and the game works. Think about it. Us older people, okay, I'm not old, y'all old, that us mature people, put it that way. Us mature people, as we're learning, think about what we're learning and things that we're learning, the red flags and all that. Sometimes it becomes a little harder for a narcissist unless they're the greater narcissists that have perfected that game. And what happened is they will get someone that is younger, that is naive, more naive and inexperienced. That makes it easier for them. And they'll fall head over heels. Mr. Jedi said, I remember after 10 and a half years together, she discarded me. I attempted to salvage the relationship, but she kept saying that I was just mad that she dumped me instead of the other way around. See, but that's how they play. That's how they play games, Jedi. That's the games that they play. You discard, so they have to switch around and make you feel bad about it. It literally makes you question, like, okay, wait a minute, who did the discarding? But you're absolutely right. She's playing games, so I'm glad that you discarded and walked away. And Mr. Jedi, you do like on Wait and Exhale, just light the cigarette and throw the match and blow the car up. Now, don't do it literally now. Don't do it. I was just joking. Okay, let's see. Hey there, Miss Ruth. That's how they think. It's a big comparison competition. She never loved you, and they don't know how to have. They don't know everything. Everything is a competition to them. Everything. When they get with you, they immediately start competing with you. And a lot of them are not even, how are you? And a lot of them are not even at your level. They connect with you because they've tricked you into thinking that you two are at the same level because they've mirrored you. And then they compete with you right away. They compete with you. Automatically, it becomes a competition. It doesn't matter because remember, you already make them, they already have a low self-esteem. So you already make them feel bad about themselves, but they'll reverse it and try to make you feel bad about you because of them. And then they'll try to compete with you all the time to make you seem like you're not as good as they think you are. So really, they're just projecting themselves on you. That's what they're doing. Has anyone been able to change their sexual orientation? People are either straight or gay, narcs or narcs. They can't change no more than you can change your sexual orientation. We can pretend, but we are what we are. That's what TMG said. No, narcissists cannot change. They will not change. They cannot change. Maybe because they're immature is all I can think of. Mine was really immature. Usually they're immature because a narcissist has been damaged somewhere. Somewhere they've been traumatized. Something has happened somewhere in their life. And usually the age, if you really think for just a minute, what age do they act? Whatever age that they're acting is the point of trauma. Whatever trauma happened, whatever happened to them is that they are what's called developmentally arrested. They are their development has been arrested, or they are traumatized. So they developmentally they're immature. They may be chronologically one age, but mentally and emotionally they are not their chronological age. They're very immature. They're usually at the point of whatever injury came in at that particular time. So if you look back at your NARC, you can probably see how they act. And usually the way that they act, the way that they respond emotionally is the age that they are in their emotions and in their mentality. My narcissist beat me for his lover, almost killed me. He got himself in big trouble. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. Marquelda. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. Did you press charges? Did you press charges? Threw me away like trash and erased. You are not trash. He got away from you because you matured, but you are not trash. Constance said, Kay, thanks. Apple Orange said, if a narcissist don't have a heart or can't love, why did he marry me? Because you were supply. You provided him with some type of fuel. And you became the almost like the home base, the primary source of supply where he can go out on his ventures. But you were the main supply. They don't love anybody. They love themselves. Ms. Kim said, my ex surrounded himself with people that were 20 years younger. All his friends were so young, I could bring myself to socialize with them. Yeah, that's how some of them are. Because remember, they look like a hero to the young people. So to young people, they look like a hero. Hey there, Miss Natasha. But to young people, they look like heroes. They look really smart. They sound very intelligent. They may flash their material possessions, but to older people will look and say, you're immature and you're lying and you're a big front. And so, but young people won't call them out. They're just excited to be surrounded by someone that old, but you're looking at them like you're so immature. You got a 50, 60-year-old man with sagging, with earrings and gold chains. That looks kind of creepy. That's how they are, creepy. Latoya said, I found out that my ex-narc is a child predator. Oh, wow. I found out on Facebook he love bombed me so much I didn't even see through his BS. I'm currently 5 months pregnant. I'm totally embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed, Latoya. How are you doing, Miss Natasha? Don't be embarrassed, Latoya, because you got to think, if a narcissist was honest about who they are and what they do, I don't think we would have purposely made the choices that we made. So do not be embarrassed. A lot of narcissists are child predators. Some of them are. Even to a point where they sleep with their own kids because they look at their children. Hey, Miss Sherry. Oh, it's Pastor Sherry. Hey, Pastor LaFall. I'm sorry. Hey, Pastor LaFall. But yes, some of them are, and they look at their own children as extension of themselves, and they're perverted. But Miss Latoya, please don't be embarrassed. A lot of us went in, blessings to you too, ma'am. But Miss Latoya, a lot of, if a narcissist was straightforward to tell us exactly how they were, most of us would not have made that decision. And if they would have, and you made that decision, there's a difference. But you didn't know, and you found out later on, you were tricked into the relationship. You were manipulated into the relationship. So you don't have anything to be embarrassed about. I know the average person wouldn't understand that, but those people that are narcissist survivors, narcissist abuse survivors, they understand what you're going through, Miss Latoya. So please don't be embarrassed, okay? There's no judgment here. What should you fill yourself with so you don't fall for this type of person? Well, in our situation, God. And then for those that do not believe in God, those of you that are not do not have the same belief system, you got to feel yourself and trying to discover who you are. What do you like? What do you want to do? What are your dreams? What are your vision? When you start healing and you start to look back at your own family dynamics and where did you come from? You're so welcome, Miss Latoya. When you start for many of you, in order to heal, you got to understand the grief and loss process. What part of the process are you in? You got to understand, who are you? What do you like? What colors do you like? Where do you like to eat? You don't know anything about yourself. Some of you never had a real relationship. You don't know what a relationship is like. Once you start respecting yourself and learning to love yourself, when you put respect and you put boundaries on, now it sounds kind of, almost stuck up. But when you put boundaries on yourself and you realize I'm a queen, and queens or kings, and kings are only supposed to date queens or marry queens, or queens are supposed to marry kings, then everybody else becomes a jester in the court. You have to get to know yourself. You have to love yourself. You don't love yourself, you got holes and damages in yourself, you're liable to connect to anything. And what you end up connecting with is a disease, or you end up connecting with the wrong people. You have to heal yourself. You have to discover yourself. What do you want to do? How do you want to grow a business? For those of you that have children, raise your kids, enjoy your children, if you have learned something, teach your children, learn your children, enjoy your children. There's so many, the narcissist is on the rise, but look at how many of our children are being neglected. Parents don't even know how to connect with their kids. They don't say, I love you. They don't spend time with them. They don't do homework with them. They don't go enjoy sports with them. They don't do any extracurricular activities with them. They sit in front of a television or computer games and let the computer televisions raise them. They don't know how to socialize with people. They don't know how to feel compassion for other people because they're locked in a room all day long. They don't socialize with people. You don't talk to them. So, and you're wondering why. And then they're set up for predators. We're setting them up for predators. Not we, we're learning, but people, they're setting up. So you have to, focus on yourself and your family. Focus on yourself and what you like. Focus on yourself and your career. Learn to love yourself. When you learn to love and respect yourself, it makes it hard for people to disrespect you. If you learn to be in the peace and quiet of your home, people just can't come in here and just cause a ruckus. Not in my house. My house is very quiet, very peaceful. The loudest person in here is me and my daughter when I laugh and crack jokes, and she tells me, leave her alone, stop playing so much. And so, but think about it. No one's going to come in here and just I'm used to the peace and quiet. I can't handle all that ruckus. And so that should be the same, but I created that environment for myself. You have to create an environment for yourself, and don't let anybody change that environment. If and this is how we heal. Hopefully that answered the question. This is how we heal and learn not to fall, and learning from these videos. You have to learn that everybody is not who they say they are. Some people, not everybody, but some people are not who they say they are. And you got to look for the red flags. And you cannot jump into a relationship based on emotions. When you jump into a relationship based on emotions, you're gonna go wrong. You're going by how you feel and how this person makes you feel. And ooh, I got butterflies in my stomach. And ooh, he was so fine. And ooh, she's so pretty. Okay, well, if you're looking at that, and that's exactly how a narcissist gets their prey. They get their prey because of the fact that you're all into your emotion and what you see and what you hear and what they can tell you. And they look for people that are, you can be a strong businessman or a strong businesswoman, but there's something inside you. They can sense it. They can sense, just by, they throw out that fish hook and with that bait on it, and how you respond to them is how they start pulling you in. So you guys you can't be desperate. You can't be desperate to be with someone. There's no such thing as a biological time clock. Shut that thing off, break it. There's no such thing. And some of us have come from certain cultures where if you're not married at a certain age or have children at a certain age, people look at you like something is wrong. No, what about something is right? What about the fact that I like being by myself? I've had people ask me that. Okay, wait a minute, how old are you? Okay, that's none of your business. But at the same time, don't you ever want to be married again? Of course, one day. But one day I will. But let me get myself together. Let me get myself together from where I messed up in the past. Let me get my business together. Let me enjoy doing what I'm doing. Because once you get in a relationship, it's about two people respecting each other. Both of you guys become each other's, responsibilities. And some people are getting in a relationship for the wrong reason because they look so good, or they smell so good, or they're so nice, and ooh, they have this and they have that. Okay, some of you guys are getting in the relationship for the wrong reason, and because of cultural or traditional backgrounds saying that you're supposed to be married or you're supposed to be connected with someone at a certain age. Well, that is not not true. If you're not ready to be married, you're not ready to be married. And it's all about sex. You're getting into the relationship for the wrong reason, because sex eventually, you get older, things don't work the way that they work at one time. As you start aging, men's testosterone decrease, and men and women, your hormone levels start to change. So, it's not all about hanging from the chandeliers. That stuff is not real, but now it's about a friendship, about, a relationship. Love is not an emotion. Emotions are emotions, but love is about respect, about honor, about doing well or doing good for someone. And when you get into a relationship, it's about two people, not one person. Many of you guys that have been in a narcissistic relationship is a one-sided relationship. You put in a lot. And some of you guys actually went to counseling. I've had many couples that come into counseling with me, and one of them was a narcissist. And it's all about what the other person, the non-narcissistic person, is doing, how they need to change, and how they make me feel, and how they're messing up the relationship, and how they're doing this. It has nothing to do with themselves. No accountability. It takes two people to be accountable in a relationship. You got to learn from that. I know that was a mouthful, Pastor Ali. Did I answer that question? Hopefully I answered that question. Okay, let's look. I think okay, so let me go look. I missed some stuff. My fingers were getting wet. Okay. Beauty within. Hey, beauty within, how are you? You're not late, you're early, because I came on early. Puerto Rico, hey there. Is it Javier? Thank you so much. Hola, Javier. Hopefully I said that right. Miss Colorado, I feel you. First time on here, subscribe. The narc that destroyed my life still calls me every day, but private. Why do they continue to pursue you after you leave them and get an OP? Because of the fact that you probably discarded. First of all, thank you for joining me, Veros. But first of all, if you discarded, they probably did not have a good supply in place at the time. And so it became as a shock. You totally pulled a red carpet out from under them. They don't know what to do. They're kind of unkiltered, so they're not stable. And then on top of them, they're upset at the fact that you left. How dare you leave a narcissist? The narcissist feels that I should discard, not you. Quicksilver says, what about victims who have been who have addictions? How do you suggest we go about healing? Well, one thing that I honestly would say is, first of all, get into a inpatient program or a outpatient program for drug and alcohol addictions. Please go get help first and handle that addiction. They're going to teach you how to handle the addictions and the withdrawals. And then simultaneously, when you go to your, when you have like intensive inpatient or outpatient treatment, also simultaneously, when you're released, get a therapist that understands about abuse. Ask them if they understand narcissist abuse, because a lot of times the relapse comes when you don't have the ability to cope. That's why you use drugs. The narcissist became a drug, and so that's what you used as a drug. And if you actually were using drugs, that's also a coping mechanism. You're self-medicating yourself. So what I would recommend is for you to go into some type of inpatient or outpatient treatment, get into a good support group, and after you are released from the maybe inpatient and you go into outpatient, also go get a mental health counselor that deals with post-traumatic stress and trauma and abuse, and maybe find you a victim's advocate to work with you as well to educate you, okay? And we're here to support you. Quicksilver plays Minecraft. Quicksilver, you stay with us, okay? And you keep watching the videos and stay with us, okay? Buzzing Bee broke things, slammed doors, and 2 instances of physical abuse in 15 years. Yep, that's what they do. That's what they do. Hey, you guys, hold on just a minute. I got to go get a charger, okay? I don't know why this one is losing juice. I'll be right back, okay? Right back. Sorry, you guys. Let me see if I can charge this. Okay, hold on just a minute. Let me see if I can get another charger, okay? Hold on. Okay, you guys. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I had to get a charger. Okay, let's see. All righty, let me charge my phone. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Miss Kim said, I feel myself with raising my son age 16 and making sure he is well adjusted, and we have great bond and have gotten even closer through all this. He makes me want to be a better person. That's what I'm talking about, Kim. Yes. Okay. You guys had a big old conversation. I had to go get a charger, you guys. My phone started dying. I don't know why. Okay, let's look. Let's look. Let's see here. Okay, there's a lot. Let's look. Did I miss out on a lot? Okay. Alrighty, so you guys had a big old conversation. I don't know if you guys want me to just keep going or you want me to read over this. Okay. Let's look. Laura said her narc was married 6 times. Hi, all. Just popping by to send all love. Thank you, Duck. Oh, thank you. Steak and fries. I believe you was trash. If they believe you were trash, they would be peeking so much and staring at you. You're right, Mr. Walter. Think about it. If you were that bad, why are they still spying on you? And number 2, if the new relationship is so great, why do they have to make sure you know it? If it's so great, you don't have anything to prove. But if the new relationship is so wonderful, why do they have to prove that to you? Because they don't believe it themselves. Okay, let's see here. Miss Tisha said, I seem to attract narcissists all the time, reflecting back on my past relationship and trying to be careful not to engage with another. Please be careful, Miss Tisha. Listen to as many videos you can about narcissism so that you pick up on red flags, okay? Let's see. Miss Marith, when will my heart give up? When you get tired? When you get tired and you begin to heal, healing is a choice. We have to make a choice to heal. We can stay victim or we can become the victor. And a lot of times, especially when you've been hurt so bad, that's just like losing weight. We have to make a choice to decide to heal. What does that look like? You know, it's just like with people that are drug addicts. They have to make a choice to finally recover from addiction. And that's one of the hardest choices that most people have to make, especially in a situation like this. Your heart is hurting. That is very normal. That is normal. When I say normal, it's not normal about what happened to you, but the fact that your heart is hurting because you're a compassionate person. You have empathy, and you've been hurt because you didn't go in it suspecting that you were going to be hurt so badly. And so you are hurting. You're healing. Your hurt is healing now. I see him for who he is 100%, but still want him back. That is the problem with a lot of people coming out of narcissistic relationship. They go back a few times before they finally decide to stay away. I suggest just whatever you do, you hold out. It's going to get better with time, I'm telling you. And then you come in here and check with us. You got a lot of people in here that'll support you. And I'm saying men and women alike that are supporting you, Miss Marith. And gentlemen, if you could say anything to support her, I would be so grateful. Say something to support Miss Marith. As men, a lot of times you can, men, when you say something is very powerful, especially to us women. And it was a lie. It was a lie. Yes, you're right. And you are lonely. That is right. Miss Divine said, wow, thanks, Doc. I told my ex-narc those almost exact words of telling him like I did him wrong because I finally decided to stand up for myself and in the relationship. Yeah, and he looked at you like, how dare you set up boundaries? Your boundaries hurt me. Let's see. I ripped his mask off on Facebook. You probably did. I deleted my account. Let's look. Let's look. He told me because he pays the bills. TJ, you need to go pay the bills then. Don't let anybody ever hold anything over your head like that. See, the day I decided, so Beeb, is it Beeb? The day I decided to take my life back and never have contact with that person, as hard as it was, everything changed in my life for the better. See, who's that I was talking to? Miss Marie? Beeb Tor said, the day that I decided to take my life back and never have contact with that person, as hard as it was, every phone started ringing. Jedi said, hoovering is not a compliment to you. It's actually an insult. Yes, it is. They're basically saying that they believe you'll be more than happy to have them back. Exactly. You're absolutely right, Mr. Jedi. Absolutely. Hey, Shanti. You're absolutely right, Jedi. Did you guys read Mr. Jedi's comment? He said, hoovering is not a compliment to you, is actually an insult. So hoovering is not a compliment to you, is actually an insult. They're basically saying that they believe you will be more than happy to have them back. You see how insulting that is? Let's see. Red said, I lost weight after I left the narc and didn't even try. Yeah, because of stress and probably depression. You were diagnosed with tendonitis? Oh my, Demetria. Jedi, exactly, Rachel. She doesn't even love herself. The whole time we were together, all she did was over-critique herself. See? You're so welcome, Miss Colorado. Miss Lady Ram, now I understand the downgrade and why they married downgrade makes sense. See, you should feel really good about yourself. You guys, if they downgrade from you, you should feel really good about yourself. But a lot of times they have you so convinced that you should feel worse about yourself. And you're looking like, what in the world were they thinking? No, that's a compliment to you. That is a compliment. And you snap your fingers because that's a compliment. Most all narcissists I know are jailbirds. Is that where they make them? No, I don't think they make them in jail, but it just happened to ones that you know were jailbirds. I put up boundaries and he went ghost. That's right. Jedi said they don't care to have friends. Either they prefer fans, exactly, or admirers. Yeah. Peep out how they use social media. Everything they post is strictly for likes and admiration. Exactly. They hardly acknowledge people. You're absolutely right. You're right. And they'll actually overtalk people too. Like if someone asks a question, they'll just there are people that, like, if you ask them a question on like if you're texting or talking, and they'll just start sending you pictures of themselves. And you're thinking like, what in the world? You're absolutely right, Jedi. My ex cheated on me with a senior that looked like an, oh man. Vero, she said, your ex cheated on me with a senior that looked like an old man. That's a slap in their face, not yours. But that's telling you something about yourself. Hey, Miss Ruth, where are you at, Miss Ruth? You here or over there? Let's see. Dumpster divers. I know, right? Let's see. Jedi said, Rachel, I'm getting married in August in Jamaica. Oh, congratulations to you, sir. Just sharing my experiences. Over 4 years, no contact. But I have to be honest, I am entertained by her continued fake account and obvious failures. Well, congratulations to you, Mr. Jedi. Hopefully this young lady treats you well. Is she totally opposite than this narcissist that you had an experience with? Hey, you guys, congratulate Mr. Jedi. Mr. Jedi is getting married in August in Jamaica. You need to invite all of us. So all of us from YouTube can come and be at your wedding. I know you're thinking like, ooh, Todd B said, my ex went to a drug addict, fresh out of halfway house, 4 years methadone treatment for an 11-year heroin addict, no job. Yep, slap in their face, just a downgrade from you, Mr. Todd. That's because you started gaining strength. You started gaining strength and you started growing up. Good job. Mr. Jedi, hold on. Red said the unconscious play on the conscience. Right. Jedi said, Rachel, I recently saw her at a mutual friend's birthday party and she tried to ghost me when just a month before she inboxed me, but got no response from me. All I could do is chuckle. That's right, from a distance. Steve Henry said, most females are gold diggers. Most female narcissists are. He said, when will most females stop lying when they say personality is more important than looks when it comes to relationship? If that's true, then why are so many less average looking nice dudes single? Good question. Pretty much all females want 7 inches, nothing weak. They want big and fat. You know what, Steve? You probably have an issue with your self, period. So you feel less than. If you've got to talk about it, then it might be you that got the problem, sweetie. All righty. Let's get weirdo off of here. Up. All right, let's get him out of here because he's weird. Okay. Hey, Donna, just being real. How are you? Yeah, they are toddlers. They mimic their cold-blooded hearted lizards. They're Komodo dragons, right? All right, hell, don't answer to Steve. He's just a little weirdo. You are so welcome, Just Jane. Steve Henry, exit your negativity. We got him out of here. We deleted him. Hey, one thing you guys don't want to do, just let me guys tell you guys ahead of time. Sometimes there are weirdos that come on this chat, and some of them want you to get off focus and want you to give them attention. Think about it. Why would they want all the attention? What are we learning here on these chats and on these videos? Pay him no mind. I got you guys covered. I can block them from right here. And if you guys can block them, you're welcome to do it. I got you guys. Pay no attention. When you notice that someone is making some awkward, think if a man, and you know, I don't mean any disrespect to any of you gentlemen, but if a man has to talk about his private appendages and stuff, that means he probably lacks somewhere, and we need to let him be by himself and get some counseling. He needs to get some help, okay? Because most men are not going to do that. Most real kings are not going to do that. They're not going to brag about themselves or their stuff. You know, they need counseling. That's why I counsel them. They need counseling. So think about what a narcissist does. They talk about those things that they project, and they talk about things that they have a problem with. So you guys don't have to comment. You guys do not have to interact. When you notice that a person is making some stupid comments, just keep on talking with each other. I'll get them. I'll scroll down and get them. Don't worry about it. Let's see. Yeah, don't pay no attention to them. You guys don't pay no attention to them. You guys just keep talking to each other. You know I'm going to scroll down and catch them. Okay. That we get those monitors like Quinn does. This is for survival. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Don't feed the narc. You guys don't argue with this guy. Just pay no attention. Just keep talking to each other. Just act like he's not even there, because you're fueling that person. So if you add into his comments, I don't even know what all he said. That part that I read, that was just ridiculous. You guys are here to support each other, and so we get him out of here. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You see that all the men on this channel don't think that way, okay? Kimberly Thornton, greetings from Southeast Georgia. Hey there. Hey there. Welcome. I am so happy that they've helped you. Thank you so much for the compliment. Thank you so much. I'm honored. Thank you, ma'am. See, you guys had a whole string of conversations with this individual. Just take away from what you guys were doing. Now you guys are all worked up. Don't feed into it. Yeah. Next time somebody comes on here like that, you guys, don't feed it. Don't converse with them. Don't play into the game. I got them. I'll scroll through here and get them. Don't worry about it. Miss Leffling, Miss Kim said, my ex downgraded to someone who looks more like a man that can't hold a job. What, girl? You should feel good about yourself. Hey, Greer, you should feel good about yourself. That's a slap in their face. And then Pastor Henry said, tell her it will be more severe because they know you're gaining strength from within, and they want to break that strength down to get that control back. If you're strong enough to leave once, you're strong enough to stay gone. You just need a support system to help from looking in the rearview mirror. I'm praying for you. This is from Pastor Henry over here about leaving the narcissist and staying away from the narcissist. I'll tell you what he said again. What he said was tell her it will be more severe because they know you're gaining strength from within, and they want to break that strength down to get that control back. If you're strong enough to leave once, you're strong enough to stay gone. You just need a support system to help from looking in the rearview mirror. And he's praying for you. So this is coming from one of the gentlemen over here on the Facebook, and he's a pastor. And he says, you strong enough to, if you left, you're strong enough to stay gone, and you just got to get a good support system, okay? Miss Colorado, you rebuked him? All you got to do is say Carmen block him, and I'll block him. Okay. Don't pay. I don't even know what he was saying. I blocked him a long time ago, and I took him off of here. So you guys are holding a conversation with this guy, and I have no clue what he was saying the rest of the time. He's already off of there. So you guys just think about it. You guys worked yourself up to argue with somebody. Don't worry about him. Do not worry about him. You guys stay focused on each other. So when something like that come on, don't entertain it. Don't argue with them. Don't play into it. Just let them keep talking. And the less you play into it, think about it. When you're not playing into it, you're fueling him. So the more you fuel him, the more you get emotional, the more you guys are getting angry, the more some of you guys are having some flashbacks. Now you want to go fight. So Carmen got you. I got you guys. If I scroll down, once I see it, I got it. And once I delete it, all the other comments are deleted. So I don't even know what all he was saying to you guys. But don't even get stirred up. When that happens, just let me know. Carmen, there's a troll. Tell me the name, and I'll go in there and I get them off of there. Focus on each other, okay? Don't worry about it. We're not even going to worry about him. He might be still there listening, but he can't make any comments, so don't worry about it. I got him. I got him, you guys. Lucretia, you said, Mr. Henry, please stop. Please stop what? Oh, you're talking to Steve Henry. Oh, okay. Okay. Wrong Henry. Okay. See, look at you guys. Look at you guys. You guys are having a whole conversation with this dude. Miss Sinclair, you think you need a life coach to get through this? Email me, Dr. Carmen Bryant, DrCarmenBryant @outlook.com, and I will send you some information. Those of you that have been asking me, I am now accepting. I'm doing 30-minute consults. It is for a fee. You guys send me an email if you're interested in doing a 30-minute consult. This gives me opportunity to find out where you are, where you need help at, and to develop a plan and to offer you some package deals. And I will send you my package deals and also the pricing for the 30-minute consult. And we'll see what we can do, okay? So if you guys are interested in the coaching, email me, and I will send you some pricings. And so tomorrow everything is shut down because it's icing up here in Washington. So that gives me a minute to work on a couple of package deals. And so if you email me, for those of you that are waiting, I'll send you some information. I do have a platform that I've already established, that I put up. I just have to put some more information in it. For those of you that are doing more long-term coaching, I will be setting up, programs especially for you. It will be catered to or tailored to what your needs are. And so each one of you will have your own tailored coaching program. But if you are wanting a 30-minute consultation with me, it does come at a fee. Email me and let me know, and I'm going to send you, some information. And we'll do an intake. We'll talk about what you need and what I can do for you. And then you have a choice. I know everyone may not be able to afford coaching, and that's fine. We'll come up with some other things. Just continue to watch my videos, okay? But you guys send me an email, Dr. Carmen Bryant, DrCarmenBryant @outlook.com, okay? See, you guys are having a whole conversation with this guy, and I have no clue what he said to you. Has anyone ever experienced their narc saying that they love you with the hatred in their face during an argument? Absolutely. Absolutely. Ms. Rahel, is this when I walked off the camera? You said, don't leave us here with Steve. I missed it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I had to go get a plug, or you guys would have been shut off and stuck with Steve. I got him. I got it. I have no idea what he was saying to you guys. I'm so sorry. Don't give him your time. That's right. Now, half of this was all you guys arguing with this dude. Let me see. Travia said, mine tried to move fast, and I told him I wasn't interested in sex before marriage. He waited on me for nearly a year and a half. We sought pastoral counseling, got married 10-10-10. Oh, so did my dad. Sex wasn't great. Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you still with him, Travia? I missed the troll. I did, didn't I? My son is graduation is coming up. How can I avoid him? Oh boy, that's a good one. Do you have to talk to him? You know, you can be cordial and just say hi, and that's it. But that doesn't mean you two have to do anything together, you know. And talk to your son, Miss Keisha. Talk to your son. Ask your son, how does he feel about it? Maybe he go out to dinner with his dad, and then you go out to dinner with him later on. Maybe you guys can split it in half, you know, and maybe your son will understand that. If you're at the graduation, you don't have to sit with him. You know, maybe bring some support system with you, you know, some friends, some family with you, so that you're surrounded with family and friends. And make sure they hold you accountable. Don't say too much. Maybe they poke you in your back. Don't talk too much, you know, but you don't have to say very much. You getting private phone calls all the time, Just Jane? Hey, Miss Delma, how are you doing it? Okay, hold on. Let me read, Miss Delma. Pastor Ali, healing is a choice. That's good. You're right. You're right. It is a choice. Oh, I did say that, didn't I? Ms. Delma said, my narcissist tried to belittle me and our son when I decided to free myself from him. I only had contact with concerning our son, and even he would use the child's well-being as hostage to keep me in his life. I had to cut completely off, and when he called, talk to the child only. So he say crazy things to the child when he asked his father for help. He brags about how much money he has and how he can buy anything he wants. When I started my business, he made a comment to our son that I was using his $126 a month toward my business. What? I told my son to just stop talking to him if he can't have a son to father conversation. Excellent job, Delma. Excellent job. First of all, a parent should not be discussing child support or anything else with a child. A parent should not be discussing personal information with a child that's between you and a child. And I say a child, I'm assuming your child is also an adult now. But that is a conversation between two parents and not a parent and a son. And so, Ms. Delma, you did the right thing. That is totally disrespectful. That is totally disrespectful. I'm sorry that happened to you. The father conversations with you, if you two have a problem, that's between you two. And like you said, you know, when a father is with his child, then that conversation should be about the child and the father and not about the mother or anything else, about the money that they give you or what you do with the money. That's none of their business. You know, so you're right. I'm sorry about that. Miss Kim, I never saw love in his eyes. That's about how a narcissist is. That's about how they are. You don't see love in their eyes. You don't even feel it. It's like you're dealing with a whole different person. Even some people that have had sexual experiences with a narcissist say that they felt no compassion. It was like robotic. It's like they weren't even there. It's all about them. There's no intimacy. No intimacy. Jedi said my ex's mother was an overt narc. She couldn't hide it. Very obnoxious and a know-it-all. Like Trump comes off. She really didn't like her mother and didn't need her for anything, but kept allowing her. You said dominion, dominance. I'm not sure. I was trying to finish your sentence. I'm sorry. Just Jane said, why is it I feel like a narc magnet? Most of you guys say the exact same thing. So we have to demagnetize ourselves. Latoya said, I feel like he trapped me by getting you pregnant, huh? I think that's what you're getting ready to say. He probably did. He probably did trap you on purpose. But it takes two. Remember, Miss Latoya, it takes two to do to get pregnant. But he probably did. He probably did that on purpose. Try to convince you that you guys should start a family. And that's just another way to trap you. Some of them do large purchases. Some of them get into your bank account. And some of them have children. And that's how they secure you as a supply. Like I have a sign on my head that says narcs wanted here. What's up with that? That just means you have to demagnetize yourself. You have to learn and you have to learn yourself. You got to learn to put boundaries up, and then you have to learn the red flags. As you begin to learn about narcissists, most people don't know what a narcissist was. Don't even know that you were in a narcissistic relationship, and now you're learning, so the red flags will become more obvious. Now, keep in mind, you do have some that are greater narcissists that are more elite, or higher. When I say elite, meaning they have more skills, so they're not easily detected. But you're getting more information now, and you're learning about the narcissist. Hey there, Jay Connors. How are you? Thank you for listening. Just Jane, you're probably an empath. Yep, like most of us here, and you're most likely the type that wants to focus on the good in others and not the negative. It makes you irresistible to narcs. Exactly. Queen of Swords. Hey there, I like that name. Can you speak on Peter Pan syndrome? It is a trait of the narc. I'm gonna have to go look that up. Do me a favor, email that question to me, Queen of Swords. They are Pied Pipers, I'll tell you that, because remember well, not Pied Pipers. I'm thinking of the Pied Piper. I'm sorry. They are Pied Pipers, and they do manipulate. But send that to me in email, Queen of Swords. Dr. Carmen Bryant, DrCarmenBryant @outlook.com. Send me that, and I'll go look it up, and I'll talk about it, okay? Thank you so much. Let's see. The narc pastor who lived in my backyard in a shoebox with a new wife got through after I blocked him for 20 months. I asked, what went wrong? Your drag queen isn't working anymore. All right, Karen. So the narc pastor lives in the backyard in the shoebox, and then he's with his wife, a drag queen. Okay, well, at least you got a sense of humor. I like that. Hey, Miss Brittany, how are you? Miss Latoya said, yes, and no, he won't even help with the baby. Don't look for his help then. Put him on child support. If you have to, get no contact order. Set up a parenting plan. If they have it in your state, a parenting plan, and it dictates what he can and cannot do, and if you need to have a supervised visits or not. Safeguard yourself. Michelle Maria Soul Hunters, how do they know who to go after? It seems as though they stare into your soul. And why is there such a tremendous rise in narcissism? Good question, Miss Michelle. First of all, they put out little fish hooks. They put out little bait. And usually what happens is those people that really desire a relationship, a lot of times people that get into a relationship with a narcissist are people that have been hurt too. Sometimes they're well-meaning people that they're empaths. So they're very compassionate. They're very empathetic. A lot of them have come from broken homes, and some of them come from great homes. A lot of times there's a lot of hurt. And so, the desire for a person to be with someone that cares for him, when we talk, we tend to talk too much. And a lot of times when you begin to talk, you talk about, you begin to describe what you want and what you don't want. So they become your heroes. They become what you desire so much. They're not what they pretend to be. They become what you say you want, because there's something about you there's something that you have that they want. They hunt your soul because they mirror you, and they just want to suck you dry of whatever you have, whether it's money, whether it's personal belongings, intelligence, prestige, anything. And so they're looking for something that you have. They are always looking for fuel with supply. Everybody is considered a supply. And yeah, they do tend to look into your soul. And when they stare at you, they're studying you. And then we tend to talk a lot. And so we tell them what we like and what we don't like so they can connect with you. And a lot of times that comes from hurt within us. This is what I don't like. This is what I've been through. And you're trying to share your life, but they're not listening to you to share your life. They're listening to you to gain information in order to trauma bond you. They have a mental health disorder. It is a personality disorder on the cluster B. And on the axis 1 through 5, it used to be axis 2, and this personality disorder that won't change. Some of the reasons why there's tremendous rise in narcissism. Well, number one, look at all the electronics that are out. Look at all, now everything is social media and how many likes you can get. You got kids that have family members or parents that are mentally ill, drug addicted, neglected, rejected. And so they're not learning how to have compassion and empathy. Compassion and empathy is something that we as parents, we teach our children. Oh, look at the doggy, soft touch. Oh, he's crying. So some of these children are not having social interaction. They're not having interaction and bonding with their family, with their parents. That first touch, they have problems with rejection and abandonment. Parents are putting their kids in a room to be raised by electronics. They're not learning how to socialize and bond with people. And so now you have this great rise in narcissism and personality disorder. And some of the parents may have been narcissists and went through the same thing. And so you're seeing this happen. And so they go out and they hunt weak people. And what they say weak people is those of us that have compassion, those of us that have empathy, people that want to be loved, people that want to have a relationship. You said, I mentioned in one of the videos on YouTube that when Narc initially tried to talk to me when I was 16 years old, I saw demonic red eyes and hurried up and looked away. I met back up with him 3 years later. I think my nerves from the abuse as a child makes me talk too much. See, my dad, who was a narc, would never let me talk when I was a kid. See, so you were deprived. And so when you talk about all you feel. Think about it. Women normally, so the way that men work is men usually internalize. So when they go through things, they internalize and keep it in. Women, we tend to externalize. Now, of course, this is just a general statement because there are some men that can talk more than women can. They can out-talk a woman if there's a competition. But a lot of times women, they externalize. And so we talk a lot. We use our hands. We describe things. And so, a lot of times what happens is we tend to talk a lot. People that are hurt tend to talk a lot. People that have been oppressed tend to talk a lot and try to explain themselves a lot. Not everybody, but a lot of times they talk a lot. And so when you begin talking and you start exposing your feelings and how you think and what you feel, that narcissist takes your words and you begin to describe, or you begin to form a character for them. Your words, they're not bonding. Like if you and I were talking, because I'm a therapist, so I listen to people a lot in order to build a rapport, to understand how I can help you. So I will listen to your stories. I will listen to your hurt to figure out where do I need to help you? What seems to be, some of the goals you have. We're building a rapport and I'm trying to figure out how to help you. Well, with a narcissist, they're not trying to figure out how to help you. They're trying to figure out what your weaknesses are. So they take your weaknesses and the more you talk, you draw a character for them. And then they play this role and then they mirror you. They mirror what you do. They mirror how you talk. They mirror in order to get in there and then take control. They want control. You may have something that they want. Like I said, it could be finances. It could be material possession. Could be your looks. Could be prestige. Could be anything, but they found something about you that they wanted. And so that's what ended up happening. That's what drew that narcissist to you. I sure got a great deal of hell out of a hand. My dad was a top administrator at a mental health hospital, here in Cleveland, and he's a narc. And everybody was a narc bait to him. My dad now has Alzheimer's, and it is scary that he can still say some very hurtful things and manipulate. But then he tells on himself because he has no control because of Alzheimer's. Wow. So you were a pretty bad situation. And most women look for their daddies. When women date, they look for what they were missing in their fathers. Meaning you're looking for love and security. You're looking for a kind word. You're looking for, so a lot of times women go look for their daddy when they go date. You're looking for something that you didn't have. And that we have to teach our girls. And a lot of times you come from homes that didn't have father. You come from homes that have abusive fathers. And so unconsciously, we go look for our fathers, whether they were good or bad fathers, absentee fathers, or when they were absentee fathers, if there's never been a man in the house, or, we tend to look for, we idolize, or we create this image in our mind of what a man is supposed to be. Hey, Tita, that's my sister, y'all. Hey, Tita, my real sister. But you go and we tend to look for our fathers in men. We create these images in our head of what we want a relationship to be like. And so we look for men that will fit the image in our head. And men can't even, most of them can't work their way up to that image in our head because it's unrealistic. But a narcissist will try to create that character for you on that stage, that they're on the stage that they're playing a game on. Hopefully that helped, Miss Michelle. Thank you for sharing. Let's see. What did I miss out, you guys? Let's see. What did I miss out? Let me make sure I didn't catch any. There are no predators on here, okay? Make sure we don't have any predators on here. So I'm scrolling, you guys. So just in case I miss anything, didn't want to leave you guys with no more predators. Let's look. I'm scrolling, just making sure. Are there any trolls on here that I missed, you guys? Let me look. Okay. I found out about my narc husband's recycle supply. I asked him what he wanted to do, and he says separate, but he's still here. I asked him, why is he still here? We don't want to be here. And he said, because he pays the bills. I'm a stay-at-home mom with 2 boys and 3-year-old and 5-month-old. TJ, you're going to have to make a decision whether you want to stay there or not. Hey, Miss Felicia. My mom and I are listening to. Hey there, tell Mom I said hello. Hi, Mom. Hi, Felicia's mom. Lucretia, why do they downgrade? For the longest time, I felt like the new supply was so much better than me. They downgrade because they probably haven't found anybody that was worth. Hey, Tita. They probably haven't found anybody. They probably haven't found anybody that was at your level. And a lot of times they do it to make sure that you don't think that you're better than they are, which you are. And usually that's actually a compliment to you, because they couldn't find anybody as good as you. Nicole said, I felt so foolish for falling for her, and she was my perfect partner. Like I will be 33 in a few months, and she was the perfect partner. The illusion of a perfect partner, Nicole. She was an illusion of a perfect partner. She created that illusion of perfection, but she was never a perfect partner ever. Now you're finding out, and it's a heartache. You know, rightfully so. You are hurt. You are human. Lucretia said his new supply is a drug addict that he moved in while we were together, slept together for the first night she came to his apartment and never left. They're both into a rude awakening. And he told you it was your fault. No, that he's projecting. He's projecting, Lucretia. You know that's not your fault. The narcopath is often a punk. They only do what they can get away with. The narcissist who manipulated his way into my home tried to attack me many times. I wound up chasing him with bare hands and all. Wow. So you weren't playing. You weren't playing. I'm glad you got out of that. Wow. Marquelda. Why do narcs love to cheat with coworkers? Girl, if you have a somatic narcissist, they'll cheat with anybody. They'll cheat with anyone. They're always looking for supply. So they'll cheat with anybody. It doesn't matter if it's coworkers, but if it's coworkers and you're around, it's to slap you in your face. That's all it is. To hurt your feelings, to hurt you more. Let's see. So Buzzing Bee, haha, coworkers, yep, finally got the dumb one to fall for it. The dumb coworker, huh? Lucretia said they always post so many pictures that make them look so happy. Pictures of him lying in bed with her on the sheets. I bought him for his birthday, playing darts on the dartboard I got him. Well, think about what you're saying. First of all, they're trying to prove that they're so happy. If they're so happy, why is he trying to prove it to you? Then why is he taking pictures of the sheets and making sure you see it? Because he knows you're looking. They're not happy. That's a front. That's an illusion to hurt your feelings. If they're really happy, you don't have to prove to anybody that you're happy. You know, when you're happy, you're happy. You don't have to prove it to anybody. But if they're trying so hard to prove it to you, then you already know that they're not happy. That is just a way to try to hurt you. That's all, Lucretia. That's all. Karen said, Pastor Narc pretended he still has churches. He lost everything after I exposed him. Got the nerve to ask about the Jag I bought. You'll never drive it. Oh, no. You better keep your Jag. A narcissist troll, maybe? Flower Pink? Who are we talking about? We got a troll on here? I'll get him. Lucretia, it's like they post pictures to make you feel pain. Exactly. That's exactly why he's doing it. And you're exactly feeling what he wanted you to feel. That's why when they post pictures of their new supply and how wonderful it is and the travels and all the stuff that they got and the cars and the whatever. And some of the things, sometimes what they'll do is like, if you said, oh, one day I wish I had a 5-bedroom house, or, oh, I wish I had a Jag. Like if they, wish I had a Jag, or, a Mercedes or whatever, they'll make sure that they'll do it and post it so you'll get it. So you can see everything that you said you wanted that they're doing for the new supply. 9 times out of 10, they're probably having some financial issues too. So don't believe the hype. Don't believe everything you see. Everything that glitters is not gold, y'all. Vero said, I'm glad I found your page. Good night and God bless you. All the survivors in the NAR. Oh, good night too. We've been on here for a minute, y'all. I think we need to wind down because I got to get off and get something to eat too. Let's see. Elvis, hello, I just educated myself about narcissists. Good. You keep on too. When my narc abuser, Vincent Quaratola, tried to attack me, I chased him barehanded. I chased him with knives, machetes, axes. I shot at him with a crossbow. Then he changed the coward tactics. Are you just saying that to be saying that? Or are you serious? Amazing Indominus. Are you saying that to say that? Or are you just being funny now? I just learned about narcissists a few years ago, and I'm still shocked. Scary stuff. I'm almost afraid to trust anyone. Flower Pink. I believe it. You're still trying to heal. Let's see. The last narc I was with connected the dots, but it was dots, and I was like, okay. But it was like I went through 4 narcs, and it kept getting worse. The last one I was able to connect the dots back to my childhood. I was so grateful for the lesson. This is all about the soul's evolution. I had to study narcissism to understand what the heck happened to me. Exactly. I'm glad you are. See, most people have to learn. They went through the experience and now they're learning. They went through the experience, now they're learning. Hey, Miss Cynthia. Let's see. Narcs are punks. They are. They love drag queen looking women. As you say, Karen. Hey, Miss Felicia Fleming. How are you? Stephanie Allen, how common is it for narc to be incestuous with his siblings, aunts, or bisexual for supply? Very common. Very common. They'll look at their siblings or they'll look at families as an extension of themselves. I did a video on the story of a narcissist, and this was a actual person that shared with me. It was not a client, but an actual person that shared with me over a course of years that I did not know was a narcissist. And this particular individual talked about how he was molested in childhood and was turned on to pornography. He said that he had incestual relationships with cousins, male and female cousins. And later on, it just went to male cousins. And not only male cousins, but as he got older, he realized that, okay, him having incestual relationship with his male cousins was inappropriate. And so what he did do, though, because he said he was heterosexual and was in relationship with women, he would sleep his way through his corporation. It was a corporation he belonged to, and he would cross over to homosexuality to sleep his way up the corporate ladder in order to maintain or to get promoted. But it is very common, and they will also be aware that a narcissist looks at their children as an extension of themselves. And those you have to be careful, because some of them will have sex with their own children, because it's like having sex with themselves, is an extension of themselves. So be very careful and be very mindful and pay very close attention to your children, because they will, not all of them, but they will look at their children as an extension of themselves, and to have sex with their own children is like having sex with themselves. And so they can, and they will have incestual relationship with family members, even with their own mother or father. So be aware of that. And some of them come out of a family like that, which probably triggered the narcissistic personality disorder as well. What about endless ruminating? that we all do, guys and girls, about our experiences with the narc. Any suggestion? Jay Connors, a lot of times that's a part of the that is the part of the grief and loss process, when you ruminate, and especially when you think about all the horrible things. You can think about all the wonderful things and the experiences you had, and then you get angry and you think about all the horrible things that have went on. So back and forth. So that is a process of healing, because a lot of times, you do go back and forth to thinking about the good things and the bad things. I will tell you, try to do whatever you possibly can to try to refocus, because if not, it'll take over you. It's like you'll beat yourself up. Hey, Mr. Naylor. But you will beat yourself. I think Mr. Naylor would said that as well, that, he beat himself up because he constantly thought about how can this ever happen to me? And he blamed himself. So be very careful, Jay, because in that you'll actually begin to blame yourself, okay? Mr. Jedi said they have no ability to introspect. That's why they won't or can't change. You're literally in a relationship with someone who lives in an alternate universe. You said when the narcissist Vincent Cortalo couldn't take me on physically, he went into slamming doors, punching walls, and causing sleep deprivation and stress tactics. Wow. Okay, so let me get this right. Amazing Anonymous. Let me ask you a question. Are you male or are you female? And just a question, guys, I was going to ask you another question as well, because I see you went through something, a lot of something. But are you male or female, if you don't mind me asking? Or what is your pronouns? Nicole, let's see. No, okay. Miss Sinclair said, please give me the email again. It is Dr. Carmen Bryant, is DrCarmenBryant@outlook.com. Just send me an email. Let me know you're interested in coaching, or if you would like me to send you more information on consultation. I am open to do, I'm going to do 30-minute consultation to find out where you're at, what is it you like to do. I'll do an assessment, and it is for a fee. I will send you a package fee. The bigger the packages, the more you're going to get for me, and the more contact you're going to have with me, and the more I'm going to work with you, and the more I'm going to create for you to help you through your process. Okay. Trust you me, it is money well worth it spent. And I will tell you that I do have a very busy private practice. But for coaching, what I will do is I'm going to begin to decrease some of my clientele in order to increase my time spent with for coaching for a lot of you. And so, to decrease that gives me more time to work with you guys individually and create programs specifically for you. Each one will be tailor-made for you. And that's the time that I will spend. It depends on how bad the situation is, how much work you need. And, please do know that if I think that you will benefit better from mental health services and counseling, I cannot offer you counseling across state lines. If you are in the state of Washington, I'm a licensed counselor in the state of Washington, and I can offer you in my office session. There are some people that are on YouTube that have reached out and have come to my office for counseling services, but I cannot offer counseling services across state lines. I can only do coaching services across state lines. But if I feel that you need more counseling before you need coaching, I will recommend that during the consultation. Okay. I am a professional. I do have people ask all the time, am I really credentialed? Do I really have a degree? I do. I'm a licensed mental health counselor in the state of Washington. You are welcome to look me up. I am licensed under the Washington License Board, under the Health Department. I am a Chapman University graduate. I hold a master's degree in psychology with a marriage and family therapy emphasis. I do hold a doctor's degree. I hold a doctor of education, not a PhD, EDD. I hold a Doctor of Education in Counseling Psychology with an emphasis in counselor education and supervision. I am a clinical supervisor in the state of Washington. I am also a certified life coach. Hey there, Miss Valerie. I am also a certified life coach. And along with being a certified life coach, a lot of my training came from my military service. I am a United States Army veteran, senior a previous senior leader. I held first sergeant position in the military. I'm a senior leader, veteran of the United States Army. So a lot of my coaching experiences, we call it counseling and developmental counseling, was counseling But in actuality, what non-commissioned officers did in the military is basically coaching. That's what we did. We did coaching, professional coaching, personal coaching, and counseling. That's what we call counseling, non-clinical counseling. And so I do have years of experience in the military, and have had the honor and the pleasure of developing leaders, counseling leaders, and a lot of the leaders that I developed and mentored are still on my Facebook, and they have become family. And so I do have credentials. For those of you that have questioned, do I actually have credentials? I do have legitimate credentials. I am a credentialed counselor, credentialed life coach, credentialed trauma professional. I'm also a certified trauma professional, through a oh gosh, I have to look at my certificates in my office, but I am a certified trauma professional. So I do like working. It's not that I like working. I have a passion to work with people that have been traumatized. That's what makes it easy for me to do this program when it comes to narcissist abuse recovery, as well as many of you guys. I am a survivor of narcissist abuse, have almost 50 years worth of experience of narcissism, and 22 plus another 4 or 5 to add to that of intimate, personal narcissist abuse. So like you guys, I am also a survivor, and I took, instead of being a victim, I took that and I created a program to help those of you that are surviving, coming out of narcissist abuse, put it together with education and experience to give you an inside look of what narcissists do, why they do what they do, and how they do what they do, and to support you guys to bring you out of where you guys are at. And so I do understand. So you're dealing with an individual that does understand where you are, and I appreciate you guys' support. So for those of you that have asked me, yes, I am credentialed, and I just wanted to give you that credential on live broadcast because I have people asking me that question all the time. So there you go. Is there a reason that they all play for the same playbook? There's nothing original about them. Why is that? Because, well, number one, narcissistic personality disorder, if you look it up in the DSM, which is the Diagnostical and Statistical Manual number 5, which is the manual that is used by psychiatrists, psychologists, and mental health professionals, it is a legitimate mental health disorder, and it's called narcissistic personality disorder. If you look at the criteria, some people have narcissistic tendencies or narcissistic features, but narcissistic personality is a distinct disorder, and it has features that qualifies for that mental health disorder. A person that has that mental health disorder has the same features and does the exact same thing. That question, when you say they all play by the same playbook, think about it for a minute. When you look at children or people that have Down syndrome, they all have the same features. A lot of them have the exact same features. It doesn't matter what nationality they are, what country they come from, but they all have very similar features. If you look at autistic individuals, a lot of them do the exact same thing depending on the severity of autism. If you look at people that, for example, let me think of another one. Bipolar disorder. A lot of people with bipolar disorder, if you look in the book, it gives you the criteria for bipolar disorder. They all have the same features. So it is a mental health disorder and it has the same features. They do the exact same thing. People that have schizophrenia or schizoaffective disorder, people with schizophrenia or psychotic disorders, a lot of people that have schizophrenia, they have some of the same themes. A lot of their themes are religious themes. A lot of them are about radio frequencies in their brain, people inserting thoughts, them reading signs, and the signs have a special meaning to it. And so each one of these mental health disorders have distinctive features to them that classifies them and categorizes them in the DSM. PTSD. Many of you that have PTSD or complex PTSD, they have, they have hypervigilance. They have not hypervigilance. They have depression, anxiety, hypervigilance. They have flashbacks, nightmares, night terrors. A lot of them have sleep problems, eating issues, and so a lot of those features are saying, well, narcissistic personality disorders has distinctive features, and the people that have narcissistic personality disorders have those features and do the exact same things. Hopefully that answered your question, Miss Kim Leffingwell. And Miss Michelle said, this is eerie. This is the eerie thing about disorder. That is why it is to be spiritual disorder. I remember the narc told me I had a spirit of Delilah, but Most things they say, they're really talking about themselves. Absolutely. Remember, they reverse it. They project on people. So a lot of times what they're saying is what they think about themselves. Pastor LaFall said, thank you for being helpful to educate me. God bless you, and you're doing a great work. Have a good night. You too, ma'am. You guys, I'm getting ready to get off too. Let me just read a few more comments, okay? Let me read. Narcissists are really cowards, but they all have no cattle. Their bark is really bigger than their bite. They only do what you let them get away with. That's why they need even the lie to the police. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Let's look. Good night, Ms. Laura. Say the email slow. All right, Miss Sinclair. Okay, it is Dr. Carmen Bryant. It's DrCarmenBryant @outlook.com. Amazing and anonymous. It was some little troll that was on here that was really causing some havoc and saying some really ignorant stuff. I didn't get a chance to read all the comments. The first few comments, he was making comments about, I guess, penis size or something like that, and he was talking about women, and so I deleted it because it was very inappropriate. And so by that time, I realized as I was scrolling, he was saying a lot. So I don't know what all he was saying. I just caught the first few, and it was kind of degrading, and so I deleted them off of here. So I apologize for that. I had to get up off the camera and walk and go get a plug to charge the phone, and then I found out that I left you guys all alone. Miss Sinclair, he said, Dr. Carmen, my name is Carmen. You got everything else right. It's just En, Carmen. Let's see. My ex-narc went to a mutual friend's funeral and thought that it was all about him. He joked around and talked about only himself. Our friend was a Grammy Award-winning artist. That's a shame, Valerie. But do you see how they are? But they're all about themselves. They're all about themselves. It doesn't matter. It's all about them. All the attention need to be on them. It doesn't matter. That's a shame. That's a shame. When I was married to a narcissist ex-spouse, he used to tell me that I always turn things around on him. I told him if he stopped lying, that would be a non-issue. Go ahead, Angie B. But remember, they turned everything around on you. Great work, very informative. Thank you so much, Ms. Delma. That's a classmate of mine, y'all. We're young people. Kim Leffingwell, yes, it does. Thank you. Good, good. Okay, let's look. So you guys, I'm ready to get off, okay? Let me just scroll through and make sure I didn't miss anything. Hey, RN, you all late. I came in early today, too. Do you have a strategy to get the narc out of your system? Miss Felicia, I do. But the thing is, it takes work on your part, and it takes time. You know, just like with drug addicts, it takes time. And just like with you being hooked on a narcissist, it takes time to get them out your system. And it is a hard process, and sometimes very emotionally painful. Very emotionally painful. The biggest suggestion I have for you, just keep on watching these videos, getting more information like penicillin, get it into your system, you know, and eventually as you begin to learn more, you'll begin to start feeling better. I do counseling in office here in the state of Washington. I do coaching over the state lines, but I have had a very high success rate with most people that have come in, and some people have been with me for a while, depending on how long they've been in the relationship with a narcissist. Some people that have been in for 20, 30 years, it takes a while, but they finally got it. And sometimes it took me a while, to work really hard with them, but they finally got it. Now it's the process of getting them out of the situation. Some of them are still in the situation, and some of them have gotten out the situation, but I've been pretty effective, and so I'm very thankful. And those that some people, my channel is not for them, and some people, my counseling is not for them, and some people, my coaching is not for them, and that's understandable. Everybody's not for it. One size doesn't fit all. Miss Travia said, I found out in 2016 he has about 10 baby mothers. Oh my gosh! But told me it was only 4 kids. Oh my gosh! I strategically separated our joint bills. Good job, girl. Oh, that's terrible. Miss Constance said, thanks. The channels about narcissists really helped me understand what I was dealing with. I am retired mental health worker, and this was nothing like clients I work with. Exactly. And thank you for your service as a mental health worker. You are absolutely right. This is, hey there, Miss Yolanda, you all late? I'm going to get off. Miss Constance, I really hope, with your background in mental health, take your experience and, you create a channel, but make sure you create a channel and talk about it and work with it from your point of view, from your experience, and even take that information and bring that it's like regurgitating that information from a mental health point of view. And that's what I do. But you know what? I'm here for you, and I'm here supporting you. But you're absolutely right. I do not work with those that have narcissistic personality disorder. If I diagnose someone, if I find out they're narcissistic, I usually or have NPD, I normally refer out, because I don't work with I don't deal with personality disorders. I usually refer out to someone that works with them. And usually we have to make a choice. Am I going to work with the survivors, or am I going to work with the personality disorder? And I usually choose to work with the survivors. So I can maintain my unbiasedness. No intimacy, whatever. Most don't like to kiss or touch. Sex in their mind replaces intimacy. I believe that. And I talked about that before. The only intimacy with the narcissist you'll get is fighting. Yeah, you're right. They also never take your issues serious. It's like talking to yourself. And when you get sick or have an issue, ghost it. They leave. Yep. Rahel said, looking back, the sex was not the good at all. No passion and standard or substandard. You're right. Narcs are STD carriers. A lot of them are. You're right. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to scroll through real quick, okay? They're truly intimidated by people with strong sense of self. Exactly. Think of Tupac and how headstrong and resilient he was. Narcs will run from him. They're bullies, so they prey on weakness predators. You're right. Yep, absolutely right. Why are there so many narcs around? It's become an epidemic. Jesus, protect us. You're right. I just mentioned that. I just talked about that a few minutes ago, Flower Pink. If you go back to the replay, you'll see it. Okay, now that, hey, you guys, I got my kids down on child support. Good. Hey, now this is a pretty long video. So, once I share the video, I don't know how many people are going to want to listen to this because it's been so long. So I'm really thankful that you guys tuned in with me, guys. I'm looking through here, make sure I didn't miss any, any baby narcs on here, okay? Let me make sure I didn't miss any baby narcs. Nobody on here harassing you guys. So let me scroll through them real quick, okay? All righty. We still got some weirdos on here, y'all. As anyone knows, most narcissists will not FaceTime? Some of them will. Some of them will. Okay, let me scroll. Oh, I got them out of here. Let's see. Amazing Anonymous. I literally did chase him with bare hands and weapons when he tried to attack me. That's why he needs cops. He tried to play the victim card with the cops. That's sad. That is sad. I told the cops he can play the victim card all he wants. He tries to put his hands on me again. He's going to meet a carpenter. Oh, you are playing. Our mutual friend is somewhat narcissistic, but more childlike, and is just looking to get by. And so he's the new supply from my ex-best friend, the covert narcissist. Boy, I can't wait to see what happens with that. Well, I guess I won't see, but I can't wait for you to hear about what happens with that. Okay. Well, we're not going to come on here and promote other folks' channel, okay? Amazing Anonymous. I'm a male, but he even started in with my female friends too. And when they conformed, Vincent Cortola, he even backed down. Then narcs are punks who do only what they can to get away. You're right. I'm glad you got out of there, Amazing Anonymous. And I'm glad you didn't do anything to kill that individual, because you could have went to prison and then you wouldn't have been on here talking to us. So I'm glad you're safe, okay? I'm glad you are safe. I guess that's what he really needs, because he's always ordered around his family. The source has absolute authority. Oh, wow. Yeah, they think they have absolute authority, but they don't. Let's see. Mandy Lynn, you said, can I ask if you're a Bible-believing Christian? I am saved, born again, believe in Jesus Christ as my personal savior. I do, yes, ma'am. Those people need the liberating light of Jesus. They do. Let's get rid of some of these intelligent folks, okay? There we go. Thank you so much, Mr. J. Narcan therapy, my boundaries are solid now. Should I let her stay in my life situationship? Is it Senior Taylor? I wouldn't. Hey, Miss Linda, you all late. I'm about to get off. I don't know if it's Senior Taylor, but I wouldn't. They're probably in therapy to get you back. Let's see. Tehar, hey there, Mr. Tehar. I'm just about to get off, y'all. So I'm just scrolling through. So, well then, Snapper, I think you need to go to the hospital. Let's see. Oh, I got them off there, you guys. They're not there anymore. I know. Let me tell you guys something. When you see all these crazy people coming out on YouTube, hey you, hey girl. But when you see these crazy folks coming on YouTube, that means you hit something. Absolutely. That means you hit something. So just know that now that they know that I exist and I'm telling on them, they're going to come out. Just be prepared for it. But whatever you do, do not, whatever you do, respond to them. Don't respond to them. Let's see. Don't respond to them. Let's see. I know, I've been talking a while, you guys. Well, I've been reading you guys' comments and responding to it. And so, you know, I don't like to cut you guys off like that. Okay, so I went to the end of them, okay? I'm forced to live with the narcissist because the 60 worst precincts won't do anything about his abuse and use him as a bait. So wait a minute, he's still living in the house with you, Amazing Anonymous? He's still in the house with you? Getting sleepy now? Me too, I'm going to get off, you guys. Getting sleepy now. Thank you for your passion. Thank you for addressing your love for Jesus Christ, my sis. Good night. Oh, thank you, Miss Lee. Oh, thank you, Miss, is it Addie's? Addie's mom? Thank you, Miss Addie's mom. Hey, New Jersey, you coming in late. You see, she got in last year's months before I gray rock. She is can't admit it, Nart. Can't admit it, Nart. No great changes, but real efforts. I simply don't accept her crap. So the supply will dry and she'll leave if she cannot change. Okay. Trying to get back to the basics. So yeah, I gotta pick up the pieces, but I'm okay. Feeling better now that I have freedom back. Good. Well, all right, you guys. Well, I got to the end of all the remarks. So hopefully that helped. We've been on here a super long time. And so I am so sorry. I came on early, so it didn't feel like it was late. I know, right? Working night shift. Oh, okay. Mine's left me January 5th. Stay, no contact. Dinner time. I know, right? Good night. Thanks. You're welcome. Hey, you guys. So I'm going to get off so I can go eat too. And so thank you guys for joining in. Thank you for, I know this went extra long and I'm so sorry. I normally try to stay on like an hour. But you guys, I came on early. And so we are locked into our houses. I can't look out the window. It's kind of dark, but, because of the fact that it snowed and it iced up. And so everything is closed tomorrow. Schools are closed and businesses are closed. And so for those of you that are interested in coaching, I'll be back. Hey, as a matter of fact, you guys stay tuned. I might, because of the fact that everything is closed tomorrow and we're not going anywhere. You're so welcome, Flower Pink. Stay tuned. I might be able to come on tomorrow. Okay, you're so welcome. I may be able to come on tomorrow, possibly, because I'll be sitting here. I'm going to do some work at home. So those of you guys that are interested in coaching, if you're wanting to do a consultation with me, send me an email. I said my email before is Dr. Carmen Bryant, DrCarmenBryant at outlook.com. If you are interested in coaching, let me know. If you're interested in a 30-minute consultation, I will send you my fees, and we can talk about what you may need, what my recommendations are, and what we can put together. Those of you that are wanting the other packages, I will offer things to you. But shoot me an email tomorrow. I'm gonna have an opportunity to sit here and work on the packages. I'm gonna work on the site where you guys can log on, and then I will make my calendar available to you so that you can plug in appointments. Now, keep in mind, I am on the West Coast, so I am Pacific Standard Time, and so I will announce that though when I do the site that you guys can log into and register with, so that if you want coaching, you can pay for the coaching, you can pay for the consultation on the particular site that I have developed for you guys to set up coaching with me. The coaching will consist of phone calls or FaceTime where we can actually see each other. I get to see who I'm talking to. And if you're uncomfortable with me looking at you, then we'll just do phone calls. But I will set up a program individualized for each and individual one of you that contact me and let me know. And I'll find out how serious it is, how much time you may need, or what you may need, and we'll talk about that. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and sorry for taking up all your time. It was kind of early when I came on. It's not early anymore, right? But thank you guys for hanging in there with me. Thank you for all the wonderful questions. You guys know that the next time trolls come on, don't respond to them. Don't play into them, because you're just fueling them. And so what you do is you just ignore them. Don't pay any attention to them. I'll get rid of them for you guys. I'm watching. That's why I scroll through a lot of the comments to get a lot of that out of here. But when you're making impact, it's not when people really like you a lot. Is that when you're productive? It's when people come out and your haters come out is when you know that you're productive and you're making impact. So remember that. If everybody likes you, there might be a problem. You got to have some haters somewhere, right? So when people start hating you because you're putting out the information, that literally means that you are probably getting ahead, okay? And so we're going to make sure we take care of, whoever these trolls that come out. Don't play into it, because you guys get stressed out. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have not already, please join me and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Is Dr. Carmen Bryant. You are so welcome from Jersey. You guys, my brother lives in Jersey, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have not already, please subscribe to my channel. Share it with people. I know this one was long, so I don't think anybody wants to sit through 136 minutes of us talking and me answering questions. But share my other videos. I sure will. I'm going to check my email. But please, share the videos. You never know who's going through this. I didn't even know some of my classmates were going through this. Thank you so much for sharing with me, Delma. Sorry about that. Demetria is your sister. Delma. Long video. Oh, thank you. But thank you so much for sharing with me, Delma. You never know who within your circle as well has been going through narcissistic abuse. Share these videos. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so you know whenever I come on. And you can go to my Facebook page, Psychological Health Consultants and Services. For those of you that are new, thank you for joining me for the first time. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for joining me. If you want coaching, remember I just left my email address. Please go check it. Send me an email. Talk to me, and you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Those of you in the state of Washington, enjoy this wonderful snow. I'm going to watch and look at the snow and sit down and do a little work and eat before I retire for the evening. And then tomorrow I'm going to be working on the coaching services. That gives me time to kind of focus. And so hopefully some of you guys, if you're ready to start, we can start this week. You guys contact me and let me know. And those of you that sent me emails already,